think I got everything. I don't think I forgot anything. Happy affiliate anniversary. Now drop and give me 20 minutes of planking. I swear. You affiliate anniversary. Hi, Smile. Hi, Octal. See how I got the message? I didn't get it yesterday. Wait, you're just getting it now? Huh. That's... See, I thought Smile was just being a goofball. Hi, Sir Noble. Let's start stretching. Yup. Is this Monster Hunter? You scared me for a second. I was like, shit, am I in the wrong category? And I'm like, why would I be in the Monster Hunter category? No. This is World of Warcraft. I can see why you would think Monster Hunter, but this is... Oh, sneeze. Hi, Hobbit. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Feels bad. This is one of the old classic zones. We're talking 21 years ago. This here is one of the zeppelins that gets you around the map as a horde player. You could technically use it as alliance. There would just be a lot of guards attacking you. It is a zone called Stranglethorn Vale. It has since been split into northern and southern Stranglethorn Vale. It is like the OG PvP zone. Hi, Trogdor. This is the zone that, like, you'd go around level 30. For a lot of Alliance, it was the first, like, contested zone they went to. And it was, like, contested meaning, well, not really contested zone, because they'd been to, like, Duskwood and Redridge before. But those are very safe. Those are very, like, there's only Alliance there. You can PvP there. But Stranglethorn Vale was, like, one of the first... There's Horde and Alliance towns here. And it's very, you're encountering the other faction. Yeah, nice anniversary. Oh, his affiliate. Okay. This is Star Fox. But I am always a Horde player. Don't need to mute. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Hi, GD. I did more avatar work yesterday. I'm very excited to talk about that. How long till you appreciate me streak? I appreciate it every time, Trogdor. 215 is kind of fucking crazy. Especially given your schedule. Especially given the trips you've gone on. How the fuck did you maintain that while going on your trips and whatnot? You found me. I did. You paid taxes. I have plans, GD, to make it easier to pay taxes, but also, like, it will be hard to do it as a lurker. Just wait till we hit 1 year. I want to set up taxes so that, like, when you say your first message in chat, Stream Elements or whatever bot will be like, hey, thank you for paying your taxes. And if I can do it, I'm going to do it as, like, a random amount. Hi, Stalking. Something between, like, 50, it'll say, like, 50 and 100 points, but, you know. It's not going to be any points. It's not going to be dollars. It's not going to be channel points. It'll just be a random value. And then when enough of that value has been paid, let's say, like, 69,000. Then it will be like, all right, we're doing taxes now, or we're doing beach day. So it'll, like, ideally, it'll take like 7 days to pay off taxes and get a beach day. But it'll basically count everybody's first time message as them paying taxes. That's the plan. That's what I would like to do. I have my top engineers, the best engineers there are, working on this. In reality, Den said, I can do that. And I was like, really? And so much ask her, so much as she just started, I'm like, oh shit. I don't care who you send, I don't want to pay taxes. Well, Smile, that will involve you never talking in chat again, which would make me very, very sad. Just wait till we hit 1 year. You'll never appreciate my streak of 1. Time for walks? Oh, I just realized how unsettling something is. Hi, Lunny. So check this out. World of Warcraft. They usually put birds in their game. They didn't animate the birds like flying around. So this thing's just there. Frozen, which is like, ugh. What if we join in VR instead of chat? No taxes then. No taxes. It will be specifically a chat thing. Just a map model upload? Yeah, I think it's exactly what Core did. Actually, Cernoble, I don't know if you know this. There are, I think, 4 versions of Orgrimmar uploaded to VR chat. 2 of them are old Orgrimmar. One of them is uploaded by Corvu. Has Core played World of Warcraft? She did with me like 3 or 4 years ago. Didn't really spend much time. Hi, Logitech. Playing the game. Didn't like raid or do much dungeons. Literally just the leveling experience of 2 different expansions. Has she ever seen OG Orgrimmar back from Vanilla to Cataclysm? No. I don't think she ever saw that. I think she just one day came across the files and was like, I could make this. And just sent it, just fucking uploaded it. Got my 3K IO mount yesterday. Hell yeah. Just saw the sparkly. Just had the idea of making this project and did it. Just did it. That's awesome, Logitech. I have never done Mythic Dungeons seriously. I will just chat in your DMs by proxy. Problem solved. Just a map model upload time. Just frozen, Yulin. As long as Bourbon Air is good, it just works. LL saw the sparkly. Okay, time for my new hobby. Demon twink hunting. Good night. Good night, Smile. Sleep well. Hi, Sen. Where are we? We're at lunges. Oh. Lunges are such a weird thing for me because, like, my cables hang up here. So, like, I've got a cable going up right here, and then here the cable comes back down. So holding my right hand out is just snagging on them. And it's like, I have to do this weird, like, left hand out, right hand like this. I can't sleep well. The twink hasn't come back. Oh, no. Hi, Devil Gated. 15 consecutive. Hell yeah. Hi, Techno. Morning, Lynn. Another busy work-lin day. I'm gonna be lurking bean. Have a good walk, Lynn. You know what I'm gonna say, Techno? I hope it goes fast. Are you supposed to walk while doing those? No? What do you mean walk while doing those? Doing the hamstring stretch. This avatar is so fucking cute, Sen. It kind of just replaces your Rusk, doesn't it? It's kind of just like, have you used your Rusk since you got this one? Sometimes? Okay. Some people may do lunges one step in front of the other. Move forward. Why walk forward while lunging? Oh, I don't really have the space for that. I have a really big play space for VR, but a lot of it is covered by beanbag, and a lot of it is covered by treadmill. So I have this weird... I have like a weird T-shaped play space. Streakland maintained, yippee. I've got... So right here... same but with couch. Right here is like the bottom of the T. Left here is the treadmill. Right here's the beanbag. I've got this space over here that I literally just can't use. It's literally like... This is the beanbag. This is like a TV armoire thing. And I just can't use them because the cable like comes down from the ceiling right there. And then I have a whole bunch of space. Yeah. About here that I don't really find myself in too much. And then it's like here to here. It's... I should take a picture of my room. I haven't taken a picture of my room in a long time. My entire living room is a playing space. You stand too much for a normal person. Only did that in school gym years ago. Well, I remember it's like, it doesn't really matter where you end, right? What matters is like the lunge and how far you step forward with it. But like you could step back or like step forward. And so a good way to like, hey, here's this set amount is do it from one side of the gym to the other of lunges. So lunge forward, lunge forward. That's just a good way to like, we're going to do this for a set time. Streakland maintained, yippee. My bed is the play space. I exclusively play VRC in bed, Lamau. That's crazy. Hi, Noob. Have fun shooting boats. I was watching Noob before I went live today. Where were we? We're at our toe touches. Feel like I shouldn't be lazy. I should set the lock head to lock hip. That way there's less bend in my legs. Hi, Ronmu. And cami stretch. My back feels good today, and at the same time, like, not as flexible. I don't want to say stiff, but like, it feels good. It feels good. It just, I don't know. I don't know how to word this. Where are we at? We're at squats. There was God, I'm kind of like teasing all my news too much. There was big MMORPG news yesterday. We don't get to see the results of it for like 4 to 5 years. But there was something kind of fucking crazy announced yesterday. You sound relaxed. Morning calisthenics with Ewan. What I really need to do, Sir Noble, is like do a bit more research on my stretching routine. Because all I've done is I took the Ring Fit routine. And then I've added a stretch here, a stretch there, took one out. Added planking. Added like, oh, I'd like to, have flexibility with this, so let's start doing that. But I feel like there's probably 1 or 2 important things that I'm missing. Gonna do some avatar work. They'll be in lurking listen. Hell yeah. Hi, Dino Zoomies. Good morning, cuties. Have a good stretch. You could just steal Japan's morning radio stretching routine, used by a lot of elderly. Why does that sound so insulting? Why does that sound like, oh, this would be great for you? All the old people use it. Man. And it's like, I know, Sir Noble. He's not trying to take a shot with that. It sounds like one. It's like, motherfucker. A little oops, it's accessible. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Already lost count. I think I've done 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. God, I wanna talk about this one thing in particular so badly, but I also want specific people to be here. Terra 2 was announced. Anybody played Terra, the MMO? Terra 2 has been announced, which is like, whoa, holy shit! Now, sadly, it's only just been like greenlit, and so we're not gonna fucking see it for like 4 to 5 years. But Terra 2, that's like, holy shit. A lot of people in the Lele crowd are literally playing Terra right now on a private server. This is what I'm talking about. A bunch of people started playing Terra 1. Then second game announced. Yeah. They're playing on a private server because Terra 1, well, Terra, got shut down 2 or 3 years ago. But it's cool to see the 2 announced. A lot of people really like Terra. It was really good when it started. Wait, MMO Terra? Yes, MMO Terra. Hello. I did play that for a while back then. Yeah. It was really good when it came out, and like I remember being revolutionary. I think it was the first MMO that's like, oh, you're playing the mage class? Well, you don't just target your enemy. You have to aim them. This is an MMO with crosshairs, which was like, holy shit, that's crazy. And you know, a lot of MMOs have picked that up since then. That was a big thing for WildStar. That was a big thing for Blade and Soul. Not Blade and Sorcery. Black Desert Online. It became not a standard, but it became like a lot of people picked that up. I think in its later years, like 2017 on, it became very pay to winny. Does Destiny count as an MMO? I would not count it as a standard MMO, but I would count it as one. I would count it as like, this is an MMO, but like, it's almost like I want a different classification, right? Like, there's almost like the standard MMO, and then there's like, this is an MMO, but it's not in that like, just that bubble of, this was made to be the MMO. It's fun fight mechanics it had. I remember doing a lot of things that I was like, this is very sensical to me, and I'm surprised people haven't done it before. So like one thing I remember doing was, the first class I play a lot was Slayer. The Slayer was like the two-handed sword user. It plays like the rogue of the game. In World of Warcraft, or most any other games, you've got a rogue, you've got daggers, you stab people in the back. You do more damage if you stab them in the back. The Slayer in Terra uses a two-handed sword. But they're not like the big, heavy, slow, two-handed weapon that, they're like inching along like this. They've got like, it's essentially a giant dagger. They're fast and dashing around and do extra damage on the enemy because they're fucking backstabbing them with essentially a comically large dagger. So it's like, oh, never thought of a greatsword as just a big dagger, but this one just is. That makes sense to me. I think I have 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was gunner. I forgot how it was called with the big gun. I remember that wasn't a base launch class. I think it was like the first one that came out after like a year. I had a founder account. I had an account that was like, I bought the game when it launched. I don't remember if it had a subscription back then. I assume it did. They gave me like a fucking fancy blue horse and shit. I played Slayer my first time through. I think I played everything to like level 10. And a lot of them were just like, this stinks, I don't really care about this class. Slayer was the one I really liked. I probably would have liked Destroyer nowadays. I think Destroyer was the big two-handed axe class. But I went through with Slayer. I did not make it to endgame. I made it to about level 45-ish. I was playing with my ex and his friend. And 3 of us were playing. The friend, hi Thomas. That friend like stopped being able to have time to play, and so it just slowed down. And it was like, oh, well, if Castle can't get on today, well, we don't want to play without them. And so we kind of just dropped the game. And I came back like 3 or 4 years later with my other ex, and this ex made, what was it? The Blade Master class? I think they were the dodge tank one. Dual swords. And I played Mystic. I was going through my I'm a healer, protect me arc. And I was playing Mystic, and the thing I remember the most about that Mystic, how many X's this guy has? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4? I think just 4. No, hold on, wait. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4, okay. The thing I remember the most about that Mystic, all I did was drop orbs, like little healing orbs and mana orbs for people. That was Mystic healing. And I got the Cash Shop Buccaneer outfit. I think it was like $16 or something. Oh my god, that shit was so hot. If I could get that in VR chat, I would, in a heartbeat. Can't believe they all fumbled. One of them hard fumbled. One of them, like, oh my god, she fumbled. She did not know how to sell herself. And I'm not making, like, a prostitute joke or anything. I'm making, like, make yourself seem desirable. She had a really bad habit of leading, like, with her issues. And so, like, how do I word this? It was like, I remember we got on the topic of like people that were sick, and she was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm sick all the time. Just the worst genes here, haha. I get sick so much, I'm on like this many medications, and my mom probably isn't gonna live past 60, and haha, I've got all those genes." And it was just like, oh my god, what the fuck? It was like, how do I word this? What is like the term for this? I don't know how to describe this at all. It was almost like she was trying to make herself seem unattractive, oversharing. I guess oversharing, but it was very much a like, I don't know, probably oversharing. That's all stuff that you should be forward with and, like, share, but not 2 weeks into a relationship. Feels like a trauma dump. I don't think it was trauma dump. I think it was just, like... It was more like... I think panicky oversharing is probably the best way to describe it, at least off the top of my head. She did that with a few things, and it was just like... Every time I was like, you know, if we were later in the relationship, this would be a nothing to me. This would be like, yeah, sure, whatever. You know, everybody's got stuff. But like a week in or 2 weeks in, it was just like, oh, that's that makes me reconsider this. That makes me reevaluate. And I wouldn't even say like we were like a full couple. Wait, don't I do that? It was like, it was like I asked her out on a date. Hi, Harley. And we went on 2 dates in 2 weeks and just spent a lot of time in that 2 weeks. So I wouldn't say we were like a full couple. I wouldn't say this is like... I kind of call her an ex because we were in that pseudo weird thing where everybody was like, oh yeah, those two are together. They're probably not official yet, but like they're together. We were kind of in that limbo for 2 weeks. Hi, Dingo. Hi, Bingo. I gotta get through these. 2, 3, 4, 5. I was making really good time, and then I fucking wasn't. Nom, Lind. It'd be like you ask somebody out on a date, Trogdor, and they're like, yeah, and then on that date they're like, you know, so what games do you play? And they're just like, instead of being like, oh, I try a few things, or oh, I really like this one, it's like, oh, I just can't stop playing World of Warcraft. I hate the game so much, but like, God, just everything else just doesn't fill that void, so I keep going back to World of Warcraft. I hate Blizzard. I hate WoW. But like, man, I'm logging 70 hours a week, and it's like, that weird... Maybe you should have worded things differently, maybe you should have like thought about how this comes across, but like, you're just making it seem like, wow, this fucking sucks. Well, sorry for asking about your past relationships. What are you saying sorry for? I'm not even like, what? Can't ever make good time through warm-ups? The universe will be unbalanced. Listen. I kind of feel call out. Oh, God. It's, okay. You can be like that, right? You can be like the person that puts 70 hours in WoW and is very negative about it. But, like, when you're telling yourself about somebody, I feel like you shouldn't come with that vibe of, like, I hate this, but I can't stop playing it. Try to be a little positive initially. It's very, I don't know, ease into it. Not necessarily be dishonest, but you're when you're on dates, you're kind of trying to sell yourself a little bit. Don't send you in a paragraph, got it? If it's like a happy paragraph, it's so common for people to do that. If it's a happy paragraph that's like, oh man, I really love this game and I'm gonna just tism rant about it for a little bit, that's fine. When you come as like the, hi Big Deck, when you come off as like, I hate this, but it's all I play, and like you're only sharing the complaints about it, you understand that like not everybody wants to hear the complaining, and that's very much a like, oh boy, what have I gotten myself into when somebody goes off like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Icy Fire Mage hug, Eland hug. Big Deck always hugs Icy Fire Mage, and he's usually not even here yet. But hi. Eland hates hearing people bitch, got it? I don't mind hearing people bitch. And I think you were here for this, Strogdor. It's an affinity, meter, right? Hearing somebody bitch, that's a negative. That makes it go down. Build up some positive affinity first. Build up some, like, I don't mind hearing this. I don't mind hearing you complain. Because I've heard you talk about stuff that I like hearing about for a bit. 3 minutes. 30:30 start, 33:30 end. You know, if you go off on a rant about how you fucking hate War Thunder, but you play War Thunder 50 hours a week, but man, it's so fucking unbalanced, and like the Japanese section or whatever is just full of cheaters, and the German section or whatever, I don't know War Thunder terms. Everybody uses the same stupid tank, and like, why does this Russian tank have this weaponry that's not real at all, and it's not even good balance? And you go off on 20 minutes about like War Thunder. You're clearly passionate about it, but like, you're just complaining the whole time? It's like, bro, I don't want to hear this. But like, if we have fun talking about other things, you know, the game we play in VR chat, another game we both like, some movie that just came out, and you do plus 10 with all of those, and then you say like, oh, now I'm going to give you the War Thundertism rant, I'm a lot more okay with that. But just starting with it is like, kind of feel same about Warframe. War Thunder players, fuck this game, still play this game. So all the Destiny hate. Kind of. It does become toxic when people purpose their friends as dumpster for their complaining. Yeah. Yeah. Stalking, what rank are you in Warframe? I think I'm like 22 or 23. I really like Warframe, but like, for 2 to 3 months at a time every 2 years. I'll be in a discipline meeting with my boss either tomorrow or Thursday. Wish me luck. Good luck, Big Deck. There's one thing to be passionate about a game, but the lines blur there. It's clearly a point of passion, right? When somebody complains that much about a game, 1 more minute. It's like, it's clearly passion. They clearly want it to be good, and they clearly love the game. They just don't know how to, like, express themselves with it. Like Arcwing's Railjack. Am I correct? I do 5Ks, but I hate how game with some stuff devs adding cool mechanics and just forgets about forever. Yeah! Love Warhammer lore, but that's not for everyone. 25 seconds. Scriggles, we're more talking about, like, when people just complain about something. When somebody goes off about, like, how much they love something, cool. But when somebody's like, I put 70 hours into War Thunder every week, I hate the game, and they just only complain, it's like, dude, I'm legendary 2 or 3? Damn! 3, 2, 1, 0. Ugh. Okay. I was expecting I love Warframe and I played it a lot this time, but I haven't in 3 years. You're clearly still playing. Makes sense, and I def agree with you. I did play since beta. So the roller is retired for good? Yeah, basically. I've used it once off stream, but... Or 2013 or 14? I think it was 2013 when the beta came out. I also started with it in beta. But I have never been a point of, like, maxing stuff. I started right when Saren came out. That was my, I remember she was the thing, because I remember, like, reading through the Warframes and being like, oh, which one do I want to main? And I saw there was a poison one, I was like, I'm playing fucking that one. And still playing time to time. I typically don't play at all. If there's a big major patch and someone asks me to play through the story with them, I'll be like, yeah, okay, sure. And I'll do that patch. But even then, I'll play like 3 or 4 hours, get through the story quest, and be like, okay, I'm done for 5 months. And then like once every 2 years, this has happened for the past like 6 years or so, I'll get way into it. I'll get like rolling affinity boosters and stuff and like play 2 hours a day for 2 to 3 months straight. And after doing that for a bit, I'll be like, okay, I'm done with this. I'll come back in 2 years. I like the game, but it's also big sucks with how devs treat it. I like doing event if there isn't gone. I personally hate all the little extra systems. I hate using Operator. I hate using Necromex. I don't really mind Archwing or Railjack. I think Railjack should be just done better. Hi, Leon. Railjack is so fucking... You get in the gunner seat and it's just like... Just fucking like chugging along and you're just like, this fucking sucks. But like... It could be fun, but nothing is finished. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna put the camera there. No, I'm actually going to put it there. I just feel like my tracking's a bit off. And so I want to recalibrate. So you guys look at Sen. Just look at Sen being cute. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to turn that around. That's at a bad angle. Okay. Yeah, we taking Ewan on walkies. The reason that conversation came up, Scriggles, is because I had an ex that, she didn't know how to, like, sell herself, if that makes sense. Hi, Wrath. She, you know, we'd be on a date or something, or just hanging out, and she's like, I'm gonna go into my medical history and talk for an hour about all the problems I have and how I'm gonna die by the age of 50. Just like my mom probably will. And it was like, holy shit, girl. Whoa. This is making me want to run for the hills. Oh, dear God. Yeah. She did that with... God damn. Yeah, it was... Oh, dude. She did it with her medical history. She did it with her Sims addiction. Like she would complain about the Sims and then be like, yeah, but I've still spent 1,000 hours on every DLC. And it was like, okay. And then, all right. What was this? Western Lenosha? She did it with, kind of with driving. Sounds like nothing but negative energy. Here's the thing. She wasn't like a Debbie Downer. She wasn't like a super negative person. I think it was just like... She was very nervous in the moment. Okay. I don't think she'd had a boyfriend before me. Every DLC? There's like 4,000? Well, keep in mind, Leon, this was like 2014. So, you know, 11 years ago. Oh man, Final Fantasy, I'm going to bed. Good night, Trogdor. Sleep well. AKA warning you that what you walking into. I don't think she was trying to. I think she was just like... I think it was like a lot of first time experiences for her. I think it was a lot of like... I don't know what I'm doing here and I'm very nervous. And she would just be like... poking fun at herself. Because she thought it would be funny. And just like go too far with that. It very much like... I see it as like her... probably panicking and being like, just talking about this. And then like later probably be like, oh god, why did I talk about that much? That could be too, yeah. Hello, Euland. And my god, when Archwing first came out, it was so horrible, Raffle. because it's free rotation stuff. I remember, like, you couldn't even get, like, loot in Arcwing. It would fall in space, and you didn't have, like, vacuum, and you didn't have your sentinel for vacuum. So trying to loot stuff in Arcwing was just like... just going back and forth trying to loot stuff, and it was like... Who designed this? Who thought this was a good idea? You end up be upside down and just have no idea where the heck you need to go. Hello, Ewan. It was so confusing. Oh dear God, goddamn. Point of view, me if I hear that. It's me walking to the roof. Have a nice dream, I will. Sounds like nothing but negative energy. Oh, I see. In a way, she's just been honest with health. I think she was being honest, just panicking. Every DLC, there's like 4,000. Okay, warning you what you're getting into. 11 major DLCs for The Sims 3. Ah, so The Sims 3 peak era. That could be 2, yeah. So you're saying you're the wrong person for a first-time boyfriend? I mean, for me, it was basically my first experience. No, it wasn't my first experience. I gotta think of the dates. My first ex was 2009 to like 2011-ish. And then, let's see, I would have been 20. So 2011 was my second, and this was my first IRL relationship. Hi, Kimmy! 2011 was my, like, first IRL relationship, and that was, like, 2-3 months. Hi, Linus. Then it was, Online X number 2. So the third X for, like... This one was weird. Because this one was, like, a thing for 7 years. But it was only, like... It was very on and off. And it was very much like... We were intimate for, like, the first 6 months, first 5 months. Not even that. Probably, like, the first 3 or 4 months. And then we were kind of just separate. And then it was more like Turk and JD from Scrubs. But, like, we were inseparable for 7 years. And anytime he had a girlfriend, he would tell them, like, Yuland is more important than you. Always remember you're number 2. It was like, dude, you can't fucking say that to your girlfriends. This girl, the one with the not selling herself, she was like 2014. This was like we were graduating college. We were both, graduating university. And it was like a month before graduation. Maybe like 2 weeks before graduation, I asked her out on a date. If it's first time, then for sure. Oh my god, loot falling out the side of the map, I hate that. I cannot get Trinity from Vor for half a year. It doesn't drop, or when it's dropped, loot just fall into a hole. That's miserable. And it didn't respawn back then, scream. I mained Trinity for a bit. I did a melee Trinity with a really high range armor link. And, you heavy attacked everything. And so, or no, it was minimum range. But Armor Link didn't have a range. It would just, like, ignore range and get the 3 closest enemies. So it was very easy to get a lot of, power and have, like, 95% damage reduction through Armor Link. And then I just had my fucking trusty Graham and heavy attacked everything. What a fuck day, man. All 3 games I played get content. FF at 7 PM, Destiny at 3 AM, then WoW at 8 AM. That's miserable, Kimmy. Good luck. Old? I feel old. I graduated high school in 2011. Scribbles, you're actually not that much younger than me. I graduated high school in 2009. And I'm being held hostage by the FF people I can't nap before 3 AM. Hi, Jan. Was he wrong? Yes. Yes, he was wrong. because he sabotaged all of his relationships. Trogdor, that was the one where he was like, girlfriend, always remember that you're number 2 to Yuland. Yuland is number 1. And she was like, in an effort to impress him, that's okay. You can even do sex stuff with Yuland. I don't mind. I know how important he is to you. And then when we did sex stuff, she fell apart and was like, I can't believe you've done this. You were just waiting for me to not be around. And it was like, we wouldn't have done it if you had said it wasn't okay. Actually, we wouldn't have done it unless... The only reason we did it is because you said it was okay. I need to clarify. The standard is not, well, you didn't say I couldn't have sex with him. Hold on. That is not what I am implying. Hi, Yuli. I'm about to make people feel old. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but you're important. I appreciate that, Trogdor. But if you have a literal partner, they gotta be number 1. Old, I graduated high school in 03. I wake up with back and neck pains. I'm feeling it today. Yeah, that was a trap from a mile away, lol. I don't think it was a trap, Hobbit. I think she was just an idiot. I think she was just, like, biting off more than she could chew. I think she genuinely thought she could handle... Because she was a very, like, honest and good-natured girl. She was very much, like... She was not a fucking mind game. She was not, like... I'm gonna test you, I'm gonna do this. She was very smart academically, but like dealing with people, she was not an idiot, she was just very naive in a lot of things. I feel if I got date, I would do same as her days. I don't want a person to be aware of health issues, and don't be later like, well, time is wasted with this one. At least is how I see it. That'll just waste other people's time and stuff. I think you could do that stalking with a 5-minute conversation. I think like second or third date, you could be like, hey, I like you. I don't want to waste your time. I'm going to warn you with this. I'm going to give you the rundown. But like, it's not your go-to sense of humor, right? It's not like, you know, it's not like we're playing Warframe and we see a Grineer, and I'm like, oh man, look at fucking Vay, heck, there's not much left of him. And you're like, haha, like me in 2 years, haha, that's what I'm gonna look like, haha. It was very much like, oh, like she would almost go into stuff like that. Where it's like, she was trying to be funny, and I'm like awkward laughing, just like, okay. Even an unintentional trap is a trap, I suppose. She didn't know Yulin was a home of wreckers. God. High int, low whiz, boring, I see. Oh my goodness. Book smart, not street smart pair. My sense of humor is filthy like my mind. Yeah, Scriggles. I don't try to be a homewrecker. Well, that will be heck. And I won't really mind it. Boy is funny as hell. Okay. In this case, I don't see it that way. I don't try to be a homewrecker, I just am. It's happened twice. I don't feel like I did anything wrong in either case. I see it as a communication issue. Okay, so the first time, it was my first ex, the one from 2009. Oh, that was also my friend Fosso that just blew up. Hi, Violet. In 2009, I had my ex. We played games a lot. And then I'd say, oh, actually, it was like 2017 that this happened. So the other one probably happened first. Okay, so I'll talk about that one first. I literally was. I'm stupid. I'm getting mixed up in my thoughts. 2009. I'm not really officially dating this guy, but, you know, we're basically in a relationship, depending on each other. Inseparable. Yada yada. He's the one that taught me how to tank in World of Warcraft, where I was like, we had the bad altercation, and then I forgot about him, and then I asked him to teach me how to tank, and he's like, I'll be the best teacher you've ever seen. That guy, we don't see each other for a couple years, like 2 or 3 years, and then like I messaged him over something. I was like, hey, I saw that there was this update to this game we used to play, and it brought back a lot of memories, you know, of you and whatnot. He's like, oh my god, we haven't talked to each other in so long, and we like caught up for like 5 hours one day, right? And at the end of this 5 hours, he's like, I'm really happy to be talking to you again, Nox. I've missed you. You were a really important friend to me, and I'm happy to, you know, this really cheered my day up. And I'm like, yeah, I'm really happy to talk to you again, too. I missed you. The next day, he messages me, hey, so I told you I had a girlfriend? I don't have a girlfriend anymore. And I'm like, you had one yesterday? What happened? And he's like, well, I was really happy about yesterday. So I told her that, you know, we reconnected. And my girlfriend was like, did you fuck this one? And he was like, and I told her, you know, I ERP'd and stuff, but like nothing physical. I never met you IRL. But like we, you know, had a somewhat intimate relationship in the past. And she was like, I don't trust you around him. Cut him off. Go no contact with him. And he was like, one, I've never given you any reason. Hi, media. I've never given you any reason to have trust issues with me. Like, I've never cheated on you. I've never even, like, given you a hint of, like, cheating. So, like, you don't have any right to, like, expect me to. Two, this is an important friend to me. I'm not cutting him off. Just because, you know, you're insecure. This is an important friend. This meant a lot to me. This made me happy to talk to them. I'm not cutting them out. Clearly, this is a good thing in my life. And she was like, if you don't cut him off, I'm breaking up with you. And he was like, this is all happening in like the 10 minutes after our conversation the first day. And he's like, if you are breaking up with me because you can't control my friend groups, that's incredibly toxic. And I'm not going to put up with that. That is you breaking up with me. That is you trying to be controlling and manipulative. And I'm not going to put up with that. I'm not going to, you know, do whatever, yada yada. And she's like, okay, if you allow this to happen, if you just let me walk away because you're cheating on me and you're going to portray this as my fault, then I'm going to kill myself. And he was like, get out of my apartment. And so, I think it literally ended with him, like, calling the police on her and being like, yeah, my girlfriend's threatening to kill herself and make it my fault. Please fucking, like, just get her away from me. Hi, Violet. And so, wow, yeah, she was fucking crazy. And so, the next day, people like that most of the times never do that. Yeah, she didn't. The next day, he was like, yes, I don't have a girlfriend. Here's how this went down. And I'm just like, oh my god. And so he's like, you're not to blame for any of this. And I was like, I didn't think I was. But I definitely feel like the catalyst. I feel like if I hadn't come around, none of this would have happened. I don't think I'm at fault. But holy shit. That was the first time. I'm gonna catch up on chat and get a drink. Book smart, not too smart, fair. My sense of humor is, in this case, I don't see it that way. I don't try to be a homewrecker, I just am. See, it's a communication issue. Like, she didn't understand but gave the okay. Might be a homewrecker, but I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, I'm a homewrecker and I'm going to succeed. Hi, Vio, holy LOL, steppies, that sounds toxic as fuck. She seems insecure as hell. She needs to see a therapist. Also, high media. Yeah, that's no go. LOL. Oh god, wow. People like that almost never do it. Just for attention, drama queen. Nah, bullet dodge. No, you helped him. I kind of feel like it was a good thing that he left her in this situation. Also, it's Fausto again. My friend Fausto blew up, and I forgot to mention it. But they're gonna be here on the bike. They're just going around this Aether Current now on the bike. I haven't seen Fausto in like a year. Okay, water. Water. I need water. The second Homewrecker instance. Drink up, silly. I did. The second instance, Hi, Grianne. Time reconnect with him and steal his girl. I met this guy in like 2012, 2013, somewhere around that time. I want to say 2013. And redeemed accessory. Which one, Violet? Moogle, bunnies, or yukata? You've seen the yukata, right? Moogle, she says. Wait. Oh, you haven't seen the yukata? Good, because the yukata is new and it's all I want to wear. What do you think? You like it? Whoa, it comes in 3 colors, although I'm going to get rid of 3 of the colors. But while I have 3 colors, you can choose which one you want. I have a feeling you're going to choose the 3rd one. Never saw, oh. Pot friend. Chat, do this. Oh, this looks really good in the yukata. Imagine Moogle steals your boyfriend. Okay, so the second X, I guess technically the 3rd. I meet him in 2013 on Ragnarok Online. And for like we play Ragnarok Online 2 for a month. And then we switch to Rift and we play that for a year. Maybe like 6 or 7 months. The first 3 months on Rift was just him and me. It was like just the 2 of us. And then he starts dating the guild leader in Rift. And she's like, I'm sorry I stole your boyfriend. And I'm like, I literally told him if he meets a girl, go for it. And he would constantly tell her, Gumi is number 1. Me being Gumi. You're number 2. And she was like, I don't like that. I better be number 1 eventually. And he was like, maybe. We'll see. And they both decided to talk about it later. They dated for probably like a year or 2. YouTube? YouTube? How is it that I just click a playlist and then it just doesn't play the next video? What is it actually doing? What? Okay, we'll just try the playlist again. Playlist, walking through worlds. Turn this down. Did I just double click that? Shuffle is off. Off. Next. Ironforge. Get this message out of here. Okay. I love fucking YouTube. Oh. I set it to 3 miles per hour. That's a little fast. Where was I? You wanted this color, right, Violet? I'm assuming you wanted this color. You get your pick of color. To be negotiated. This is lovely. Okay. Dude loves fucking you too. Doing what to you two now? Anyway, so he and I stopped dating after like 3-4 months. He has a girlfriend. But he always tells his girlfriend Gumi is number one. They break up after like a year or two. We hang out now and then. Well, not now and then. We hang out like every day, but it's a lot less intimate. I think there's a lot less, well, definitely less ERP. He gets a new girlfriend. This is right about when BFA comes out. And the three of us would play Warframe and World of Warcraft a lot together. His lovely. Hi, Cyber. This new girlfriend, he says the same thing. Gumi is number one, you're number two. If you ever try to, like, you know, reduce my time with Gumi, I break up with you on the spot. And so he was younger than me. She was younger than him. You're lovely? Gotcha. She was like, I think very naive. Drama, very much drama. Hi, Dahi. I think she just said yes because she didn't want to, like, I think she was in love with him and didn't want to, like, say no. Yulin Snatcho, man. I'm sitting here like, here's the fucking triangle, guys. I'm gonna be honest, if someone wanted to date me and told me someone else will always be number one, for me that's a massive red flag and I'm not dealing with that at all. See, I agree, Hobbit. The fucking triangle was, he's saying to his girlfriend, you're number two, Gumi is number one. Gumi's the most important person in my life. And she's sitting there going, yeah, that's fine. Maybe I'll be number one someday, but I'm okay with being, you know, I understand how important Gumi is to you. That's totally okay. And I'm sitting here going, you two are fucking psychopaths. She needs to be your number one, bro. Like, yeah, we've got history. And, like, maybe if she tried cutting me out in the next month or something, you're like, nope, that's a red flag, get out. But, like, you gotta treat her as number one, dude. You can't just outright say to her, you're number two. And she was like, oh no, it's fine. And he's sitting there going, I'm honest, that's the way it is. And I'm like, you two are fucking crazy. They dated for a couple months. I think he had a lot of fucking problems. And she was just like, I have a boyfriend, so I'm happy. I don't care what the problems are. I'm down with this. And I would try to give them advice, be like, hey, you really need to work on this. I know it sucks, and I know it's, like, not fun to think about or talk about, but you got to address this situation. Whether it was, like, his living situation, his job situation. I did wingman the fuck out of them for both of them. And so it was very much like, the three of us were like the three amigos for a good 6 months of a year. And then I get my first, like, real job, my first high-paying job, tech systems, back in 2018, I want to say. And my first paycheck, I buy a Lovense. Now, the Lovense is cool because you connect it to the app and you can use, you know, patterns that people put online. But it's like, anybody who has one, you know, it's fucking better when someone else is controlling it. When you know somebody's, like, there, either in a call with you, or just whatever, and they're the one with the remote, it's like, whoa, this is so much better. And so, like, I got it, and he was like, so, like, anybody can control it? And I was like, yeah, anybody I give control to. And he's like, so, I could control it? And I was like, yeah, you could. The smile I can hear in your voice is adorable. Shut up. Shut up! His girlfriend, she goes to, like, a family reunion, I think. She's like, I have to fly out to this state for a family reunion. I'll be gone for 3 days. But I'll still be on Discord. And we're like, okay. Jump in calls when you can. We'll just be hanging out, waiting for you to get back. She goes on her trip. So it's just the two of us. And he's like, well, you've got the toy. She's not here. She had literally said at one point, I kind of skipped this part of the story, but she had said, hi, Mistake. You two can still do sex stuff. I just don't want to hear about it. Hi, Popstar. This entire dude is a red flag. I am aware. I am aware. Sex? She had said, you two can have sex. I just don't want to hear about it. Yada yada. We're like, okay. So she's gone on her trip. I've got this new toy. We try it out. It was I think my second time using the Lovense. This story is wild. I'm aware. It was great. It was a lot of fun. I don't even think we were in a call together. No, we were, because this was the first time I was in a call with somebody during this. You break her heart. I think it was a first for both of us, right? I think it was the first time they had used a toy like that, where they were like, whoa, and this was the first time I'd been in a call with somebody while, you know, basically getting off, and it was like, whoa. And we're like, that was fun. Probably not going to do that for a while. And so, least unusual story. She comes back from her trip. Chair point of view. She comes back from her trip, and she's like, I have a bad feeling. How can I focus on Avatar work with stories like that, SMH? She comes back from her trip, and she's like, I have a bad feeling. Did you fuck Goomy? And he's like, what? And she's like, something just tells me you fucked Goomy while I was gone. And he was like, yeah, I did. He had a new Lovense toy and we used it. And she's like, oh my god, you waited for me to be gone. And it was like, yeah? That's kind of what you told us to do, right? You know, don't do it in front of you or tell you. So, like, yeah, we waited for you to leave, you know, for the weekend. And as per your instructions. And she was just like, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. We had a fourth friend that played a lot of Warframe and WoW with us. And he was just like, you guys have a lot of drama. I'm leaving. You guys kind of stink. And so I don't think they broke up. I think they went on hiatus. But she just went dark on Discord. She was just like, I'm leaving. I actually thought they broke up. And I found out somewhat recently that they didn't break up for a couple months. But they, it was very suddenly just me and him. And it was like a week of misery. Because he had just broken up with his girlfriend. And so he was like, just in a bad mood. He was really snippy. I think he was dealing with a lot of IRL stuff as well. And he was just in a bad way. And I'm sitting there like, I feel bad, but I don't feel at fault. I just feel bad for all this going down. And, hi, Divana. And, it ended with him, like, blowing up on me. And it was kind of fair. I remember kind of coming at him about job stuff, which I don't really think he wanted to hear at that time. And he blocked me. Now, he was going to unblock me the next day. But he was the type of person that, like, he has a fight. He goes to bed angry. He wakes up the next day, he's completely like moved on from the anger. He's like, hey, yeah, we're best friends. But also, we're not having that conversation. We haven't made any progress with it. Whereas for me, I'm sitting there like, I've taken notes from the last day, like, hey, motherfucker, you said this, right? And so he blocked me. And I was like, you don't fucking block me. You don't fucking block me. And so I blocked him on everything. And that block lasted for like 5 years. I actually only unblocked him this year. This is really funny. I unblocked him this year because I talked about him on stream. And it was kind of from the point of sure to see him block. It was like 5 years. I'm like that, but not to that degree. I stopped being mad at people after I sleep. The more time I spend away from somebody, the madder I get. I just run through the situation in my head over and over and over. And I have fake conversations with them. I run through the scenarios. I remember all the things. Gotta go now. Today's going to be interesting. I hope it goes fast, Senro. If I'm mad at somebody, the best thing for me is to just like let's say Senril and I had a really big fight. I can't imagine this happening because Senril's like the most agreeable and nice person I fucking know. But let's say Senril and I had a really bad fight and I was just livid with them. I would probably say to Senril, hey, I'm really angry over this conversation. I know you said you didn't want to have the conversation anymore. And we can stop talking about this. But if we just like go our separate ways right now, if we just, say goodnight. Hi, Persk. If we just go our separate ways for the day, I'm going to dwell on this and it's going to rot and fester. And tomorrow I'm going to be even more angry. Can we like watch an episode or two of an anime? Can we just like do some like nothing activity? Like watch an anime or a movie together? Can we watch like an hour of unusual videos? And I just need this to calm down. I cannot stay mad at people if I spend time with them. And so if Senril and I had a big blow-up fight, I'd probably ask them to like watch videos with me for an hour and explain that this is something that would really mean a lot to me and like helps me get over that anger. And I would hope Senril says yes. Once I get that, then I'm being like, okay, that's what I need, and that was probably really hard for you because you probably need time away from me. You give me the playbook. You tell me what you want now. If you need like a day or two off, I won't message you for a day or two until you message me first. You give me the playbook of what you need, but I needed that. This is such soy boy behavior. What the fuck? Least unusual story. You break her heart. How can I focus? The voices page as per your instructions. LL. I ever shortest Yulin block. I'm like that, but not to that degree. I stop being mad at people after I sleep. I love this fight. Gotta go now. Let's watch the sequel. You steal your man too. Becomes worse for me too. Not because I remember stuff, but because I start forgetting stuff. And the only thing I have remaining is I feel really bad about this. I'm not gonna touch it. For me, it's like I just replayed in my head over and over. So not only do I remember everything, I start realizing things that could have been relevant to the argument at the time. I start being like, wait, I had forgotten about this. Now I'm even more mad. So like I will just legitimately get more angry and be frustrated about stuff that we didn't even discuss. You sing the song of my pain. Neely probably stole his partner for that to happen. Not the entire Twitch chat taking notes. So yeah. I've been told I'm at fault for the second Homewrecker story. I feel like I was naive. Starts throwing gang signs. Hi, Haxie. I feel like I'm not necessarily at fault, but maybe if I was wiser and smarter, I could have seen it happening. I've been told I'm at fault. I've had people be like, you were 100% in the wrong for that. I'm like, but she literally said. not at fault. Someone shouldn't give permission lightly. Yeah. Yeah, it's... Well, okay, it's one of those things, Violet, that's like... Let's say one of your kids. Let's say one that's like 5 or 6 years old. If you were like... Let's say they like cookies. And you're like, wow, you've got a lot of cookies there. Can I have one? And they were like, yeah, sure. And then you just grab a cookie right in front of them and eat it. Would they be like, what the hell? Right? Like, would they be upset, or would they be like, I clearly just said she could have one? It's one of those things that's like, I feel like if I was less naive, no, they mean what they mean, I could absolutely see a kid agreeing to something like that, and then being upset when you know, take a bite or whatever. I feel she was too young to really... Because I think at the time, I would have been 28. No, I would have been 27. I think he would have been 24. And I think she was 21. I think at 21... A lot of people are just inexperienced and stupid, and so... My 3-year-old would get upset at me for not eating it after being told I could. She would then see it as my cookie. But again, I always blame myself no matter if I was wrong or not. Just trying to get stuff back to normal as fast as I can. Wait, you were 32? Close. I am 34. Ejaculates on cookie. What the fuck? Communication, say what you mean. Basic respect in a relationship. He is 20 years old. Shut up. Shut up. Aw. I need a drink. I need a drink. I also can't see my mileage today. Old man being old, Hobbit said while literally holding my hand right next to me 3 months apart from my age. Yeah, I'm 3 months older. I'm allowed. What do you mean 34? Well, 30 plus 4 years, 34. Slaps Elon's ass. Does this thing get good mileage? This thing gets the best mileage, Haxie. I walk so fucking far compared to most people. I'm allowed. Also, oh my god, Haxie. They like their Elon as they like their wine. Noted. A drink of an old-fashioned... Oh, God. 3 plus 4 equals 34. Quick maths. Thing is, 21 is an age where you say or allow has outcome. It's not your job to hold someone's hand. She decided to say what she said, and people acted on it. Right, Violet, but I'm not saying, like, she's at fault or I'm at fault. I'm saying, I know somebody's 21 is going to say and agree to something, but they're just going to be stupid. They're going to bite off more than they can chew. Because at 21 years old, people think they're invincible. They think everything goes their way, typically. They haven't really experienced being old for that long and dealing with real fucking problems. At 21, there's still a lot of, like, mom and dad take care of a lot of problems. And, you know... They're probably not used to, you know, their word blowing up in their face. Some 21-year-olds, you know, they've gone through a lot of hardship at that point, and they're absolutely used to it. But this girl, I don't think she was there yet. Had I been wiser and smarter, I think I should have known my friend more and been like, you are not ready for this. Hi, Liar's Dice. Yuli is but a child. A child. He's set in 36. Slaps Elon's ass. This baby works so many relationships, it's a business now. Oh, God. How are you doing the walking exercise? Are you on a treadmill or just walking on the spot? I am on a treadmill. If you're familiar with VRChat, this map is actually really fucking loud. For this video. We're gonna set it to here. That kind of gives you the behind the scenes. This is a YouTube video. Oh, thank you for the follow. Hi, Monkey Monk. If you're familiar with VR chat, I have the camera in my hand. I go to the masks button, and I click world. And so this is the VR chat world we're in. It's Gromgol Base, which is a World of Warcraft zone. I click world. You can't see it anymore. You see the YouTube video behind it. That's all I'm doing. You don't sound like you're 30 plus, more like early 20s. Well, thank you. Wait, are you saying I sound early 20s by just the way my voice sounds, or the stupid immature shit I say? Forever 21, huh? It was a learning experience. She learned to not say that. You learned what it's like to use a love fence with someone's boyfriend. Holy. Cute dress, gamer. Thank you. I mean, well, technically walking on a treadmill is walking on the spot. I suppose. LOL. Whoa, yes. Yes. Oh my god. Voice? Oh, phew. Hi, non-dairy. Oh yeah, so non-dairy just reminded me. So at one point, I felt kind of bad for blocking that ex. I'd kind of been like, man, I thought I was so great, I thought I was so holier than thou, I thought I was such a good friend to them, and I'd done nothing wrong. But really, I'd put a lot of pressure on them and, like, kind of put them in a bad mood a lot of the time, and I was not as great of a person as I thought I was. So I was like, how do I go about this? Do I just unblock them and start messaging them? Do, like, they even want to talk to me? Because, you know, they could be resentful. I might have been if I was in their shoes. And non-dairy was the one who was like, just unblock them. Just open the door for them, and, like, if they want to talk to you, maybe they'll talk to you. If not, you know, you haven't blocked them. Just leave the door open for them. So I said, okay. Your takes make sense most of the time. I unblock my ex. And a week later, a week later, he messages me. And he's like, hey. And it didn't give him like, hi, Cairo. It didn't give him the Discord message like, your message could not be sent. He just got a message, you know, it went through, just, hey. And I respond back, hey, hope you're doing well. And like, a minute later, he sends back, I didn't think this was gonna work. I was kind of just checking. I don't know what to do. And I was like, okay, so, how you doing? And he was like, I'm okay. It's good to talk to you again. And I was like, yeah, I kind of missed you too. I wanted to, you know, I hadn't unblocked you because I was feeling this way. Thought you might be resentful because I don't think I was that great back then, and I wanted to apologize for that. He's like, no, you were amazing. I was wrong. I'm happy you're talking to me again. And I was like, oh my god. And then they fucked. That has not happened. That has not happened. I do think he might have followed the Blue Twitch, but I'm not sure. Yet, love. Among Us gay sex. Okay. Violet, I played Unreal 2 with Ciseldin. And then I told Spacefish to get it, and she just did. And also they have an Among Us skin. So I just have an Among Us skin in Unreal 2, of course. They surely did smile. I actually did not. I don't think the topic came up. I think it was like... after that, you know, we talked about what we were doing. I told him I was streaming. I think he watched the next day. And, like, the day after that, he was like, did I hear you say you have an OnlyFans? Or, Fansly? And I was like, maybe. And he was like, oh. I don't know if I want to see it. I don't know if I can handle that right now. It's like, fair. Okay. This is crazy. We've done 3 videos. Well, I guess we're at the start of the 3rd, but... Oh, you do? Like, for real? I do. Yes. Normally I call it Blue Twitch. I was just thinking, like, I did just kind of name drop the site, didn't I? That's probably not TOS. That's badass. It's fun. Hi, Noodles. You're a hoe? What the fuck, Dehi? I mean, yes, but it's fun. No, it's good ass. Hi, Zwei. Bruh, don't be calling us hoes out. Gasp in Spanish. We played Xenoblade with Chronicles. We played Xenoblade Chronicles with Cairo last night. I don't know if Cairo is still here. They kind of popped in. They might have had to step away for the job. I'm kind of waiting to verify to go into Xenoblade. Cairo is here. Good. We did, like, 1 story cutscene. And, like, the other 4.5 hours... I'm here for lunch? Okay, perfect. The other 4.5 hours is me running around this new zone, a Mechonis factory in the city, and doing side quests. And man... I told Cairo this already. When we last played Thursday, was like... That was like one of the best times I'd had in Xenoblade. Setting up the dual DPS with the healer party was like, this fucking rules. Going into yesterday, where that party no longer works and I had to sub out 7th character for Rein for a tank again, just killed so much momentum and enjoyment for the game for me. I'm just like, man, this fucking stinks. Because I really enjoy, like, building the team comps, building a strategy. So, like, when I made Ricky, Rein, Sharla, and the strategy was pump out chain bursts, that was a lot of fun. When I redid my team comp for 2 DPS and Melia as a, like, turbo healer, that was a lot of fun. It felt like it was very rewarding to have 2 DPS if I could actually keep them alive. We get to this new zone, which, 1, everything's Mechonis, so if you don't have Shulk in the party, it fucking sucks. But, like, just everything hits so hard that if you don't have a tank, it's like, you're getting shredded. Which is fair, that's how it should be. But it's like, you don't really have much choice in DPS. You really fucking need Shulk in the party. And so it's like... This just stinks. This just feels really bad. And so I went from 2 DPS to 1 DPS in a tank. And it's like, man... How many MMO subscriptions do you have active currently? 1. Xenoblade is not an MMO. Not advertising to explain private conversation slip up. Just don't promote it. Yeah. I just ran Shulk against Mechon, simplifies things a bit. Hi, Leon. Get naked Dun to dodge tank. Well, I'm not gonna use Duncan because I just don't really like him as a character. I like his personality, but like... I don't know. I just don't want to use him. It's also kind of fun for me to not use him because it's Cairo's favorite character, and he's like, yay, use Duncan! And, like, that's not the main reason. But it is a little, like, T-heat for me. Yulin does not like playing Shulk either, Leon. I really like Melia. That's my favorite character, and I'm very happy to be using her. She's also just fun to play. She's, like, literally the type of healing I would like in a video game. Where it's like, if you're doing the right thing, you're doing high, healing. Low-key Yulin's problems are a skill issue. Plus, he likes fucking with me. The problem should not be use Duncan. That should not be the solution of use the right character. That's trash in my eyes. Melly and Dun Dun are the funnest for me. Dun Dun combos get wacky. Shame she isn't in a video game. I like 7th character. I think they're cool. I don't like Ricky character, but I love Ricky playstyle. Ricky actually does a lot of things that I'm like, oh, in combat, that's really fucking cool. I like Happy Happy. I like all the dots he has. I think Ricky is just like fucking cool. What I could do, honestly. No, never mind. I was gonna say sub out Ricky for Shulk and play him as a DPS. And just load up stuff on dots with him. And then, spam Happy Happy to get out a lot of, like, just dot stuff. But the problem with that is Ricky has to use Happy Happy in Chain Burst. You can't just, like, do his long cooldown dots. I think it'd be really cool if you could guarantee more dots. Yeah, I think it'd be really cool if you could guarantee getting Happy Happy off and a Ricky move. Because then you could, like... He has this one move where he applies, like, a 30-second fire dot to everybody around him. And that just feels so fucking strong. With Ricky, we struggled with AoE situations, and I feel like that would be a great way to deal with AoE with him. Need to have enough dots for dipping. Video game about Elon would be called Walking Simulator. I think... So initially, we could potentially go back to a Ricky playstyle. Because... Well, here's the problem with Ricky. Cairo described him as a tank, but I don't think he is a tank. I think Ricky is a DPS. He has the stats of a tank. He has the health of a tank. But I think Ricky themselves, they don't do any extra threat. I think they're very much a DPS. I think, to play Melia, I can't just go straight into Chain Burst. I need to, like, get rid of a spirit and then do the Chain Burst. That way I could do, like, the Earth Spirit. Apply a dot. And then when the Chain Burst ends, expend the spirit and go back to 3 healing spirits. Ricky's weird. He can buff or tank or debuff for all 3. How does he tank? Like, how does he pull threat? I'm all for getting Happy Happy off. The problem with that strategy I just mentioned, were like using Chain Burst spam to get Melia Earth Summons off, is that you'd want to invest a lot in poison damage. You'd want to have like a lot of extra poison damage so that dot ticks really, really hard. But you need to invest a lot in health so that her healing does a lot. And it's just like, oh man, this is just... You'd have to split her 2 different ways. You can't like have a synergy of invest in this stat, benefit both things. Ricky likes fighting easy monsters. Ricky pulls threat by calling them easy. He waits for them to be dead to call them easy monsters. If I remember right, there's a combo where you can do huge damage to all debuffed enemies. It takes some setup. So you couldn't do it with an NPC then. You would have to, like, do that yourself. Yes, they were already dead from the start. The game was rigged. Okay. My problem with all these characters... Yeah, I don't think the AI will do it. My problem with all these characters is that you can do really, really cool things with them, but you really need, like, a 4th character. You really need, like, a 4th person in the party, right? If you could dedicate Rhine to tanking, and then you could dedicate Shulk to Monado, and then dedicate Sharla to healing, you could then, like, have Melia or Ricky do really, really cool builds. Ricky could be based on dots or happy. Melia could be based on, like, pumping out stuff, pumping out dots. But, like, having them do some of this stuff on their own feels really bad. Playing Ricky as the solo DPS feels bad because you don't get to spam his abilities with Chain Burst because you need him to be doing happy to do Chain Burst. Playing Melia as the solo DPS feels bad because the party is bouncing unless they use Mechonis weapons. It's like, it just feels like no matter what you do with your setup, you've got a problem. There's no, this party works in all situations. And maybe that's intended. Maybe that's like, hey, switch up the party a lot so that, you know, you don't just get stuck with these 3 and you never touch the other 4. I hate that in a video game. Give me my 3. Hi, Empress Ender. Thank you for the follow. Oh, I didn't see when Lunny left. I was yapping. I still have fun. I am told a lot of these problems I have go away in 2 and 3. And so I'm very much like, I'm very eager and excited to play 2 and 3. You'll be happy soon too. In 1, I imagine that means we're going back to the Bionis and not dealing with the Mechonis shit anymore. That or the Monado is like, hey, this enchant thing just applies permanently. You don't have to use enchant anymore. We'll see. I'm very eager to no longer deal with the Monado. I fucking hate the Monado. I don't even think it looks that cool. I played a couple hours of 3 and it felt fairly freeform. 3 is probably the one I'm most excited for. Because if there's any Xenoblade character that I know about that I think is the coolest, it's Uni. And that's the one where you have a team of 6. And it sounds like you could do really cool stuff. I'm kind of having that in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2, where, like, I've got one character that's, like, the dedicated healer. I've got one character that's, like, the dedicated frontline. And everyone else is kind of like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. And so I put a lot of enraged classes, and I have this really cool setup where, like, I have 4 different ranged classes that just kind of light the fucking field up and do really cool shit. And the Shackled Man looks cooler than Motto 2, in my honest opinion. I actually played a round of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2 last night. I almost failed this mission. I almost got fucking wiped. I had to use 1 Phoenix down, which I don't think I've ever done in this game before, but I did clutch it. My main character, he's like my tank. He is very much up in the front line. He's playing Paladin, which is a very defensive class. I have him with skills that let him use a 2-handed weapon in one hand and a shield in the other, and his reactionary move is counter. Hi, Jasmine. His reactionary move is counter. Eventually it'll be Bone Crusher. Oh, thank you. And so, like, he just runs into the enemy, takes no damage, and hits them back anytime they hit him. I then have a healer, Nomu, who he just casts healing stuff. Anytime somebody's not health, he's healing them. If nobody needs healing, he's got cards that he can throw out from ranged. And if he ever gets, like, capped on mana, he can use illusionist spells to just hit the entire enemy team. He feels really good to play. He feels really good as a healer because he's always able to do something and be useful even as a healer. Then I have the 4 Ranger squad. Hi, Zobra! Ranger number 1 is a literal ranger. It's a Seek. He has a improved attack skill So he just hits fucking hard and he shoots a bow. That's his whole thing. Just, he shoot the bow, it hit real good. Yuli yap good. The second ranger is my Bonga. Those are the lizard dudes. He is a cannoneer, and he has a skill that if he's at full health, he does like 50% more damage. Also, he doesn't have a bow. Bows have like a range of like, I don't know, 6 or 7 squares or something. He's got a fucking gun, so he's got a range of 10 squares. This dude can be across the map and just shoot people for like 100 damage, which is bonkers. I then have a Moogle. They are a Flintlock. Again, gun class. They have a skill that their mana gets converted into extra damage. So like, he shoots, it just does extra damage. He doesn't use much mana. It kind of just, well, he doesn't use any mana skills because it all gets converted into raw attack. Again, he just hits for like 100. And then I have the Sniper Viera. So the Sniper, her off skills are Spellblade skills. And there's one really nasty one that's like Poison Slash, but I can use that with a bow as a sniper. So the Sniper has like a longbow that has like a range of 8 or 9 tiles. And she's just doing a standard auto attack that also poisons the enemy. So I just put poison on everybody. And it's like, it's the fucking firing squad. And it feels really good. Now, the reason I almost failed that mission yesterday, I get into the mission and they're like, no ranged attacks. And I'm like, oh fuck, that's my whole strategy. Oh god. Most of the time missions are a breeze if I don't have to deal with that. I need to play FFTA 2. I haven't played Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, or Tactics, not Advance. I haven't played the first one. It's got the remaster coming out. I'm told it's very, very hard. It's also not appealing to me because you've only got humans, and I'm like, well, that stinks. It's just like, I also need to warn you, I might cry when you finish Xeno. Oh my god. Remaster is the PSX game, I believe, not FFTA. No. They have a full remaster of Final Fantasy Tactics coming out. Like the old PlayStation 1 game, not Tactics Advance. FFTA had multiple races? Yes. That's the one that's not getting the remaster. I said Advance and I was like, I shouldn't have said that. It's just one of those things that like habitual, it rolls off the tongue. Final Fantasy Tactics for the PlayStation is getting the remaster this year. That one I don't have much desire to play because it only has humans and like very limited races. And I'm like, well, the fun part of Final Fantasy Tactics games for me is coming up with different combos and builds and team setups. Hi, Joe. You would like the story of OG FF Tactics? Probably. I have heard it's good. I have played through Tactics Advance, the one on the Game Boy Advance, like 3 times? And I love that one. I remember the story being pretty good. The story in Tactics Advance 2 has been somewhat interesting. It's very, like, in the background. It feels like they want you to do it now and then go do a bunch of side missions, and it's like, you kind of just forget the story because you spend so much time not doing the story. Me at the end of you and playing Lost Odyssey. Tactics Advance had multiple races for sure, yeah. FF Coomers for the PS5. Oh boy, walk in time. Final Fantasy Tactics made Baby Leon very sad. Stupid hard CBT game. Yuli, what's up, Kimmy? They removed haste from D&D? Dungeons and Dragons? Huh? How do you just remove haste? Oh, Death and Decay. Slowly? What do you mean they removed haste from Death and Decay? Does that, like... Does haste no longer affect the cooldown? Does it no longer affect the tick rate? What is... I mean, when you stand in it... Oh, so when you stood in it, you got, like, a haste buff that made you attack faster. You no longer get haste? Yeah, Death Knight seemed like they got kind of fucked this patch. I am planning to play Shadow Priest. I'm gonna play Shadow Priest. It kind of seems like a simple builder, spender, caster. You know, press your proc buttons when you get them. They made it a node, if I recall. When corpse crawlers become a TPK event. TPK. It seems like it has decent AoE. You lob the shadow thing, and then you just do single target. Frost is okay. There seems to be kind of like two builds for Shadow Priest, at least before the thing. One was have a lot of insanity, kind of build it up, and then every 30 seconds you do Void Torrent. This creates, and you run this with the very shadow-like hero spec. This creates the fucking black hole on them, which scales in damage every time you use Devouring Plague. And so then you dump 3 Devouring Plagues right after Void Torrent, and you just get this massive black hole that chunks damage. And then you kind of just like wait for the next 20 seconds to get that really fat Void Torrent again. The other spec, your Devouring Plague becomes more costly, but it lasts 12 seconds instead of 6, and it seems like you want to roll it. You would stack Mastery and Crit with this one. It's all about Audacious Spirits. It's all about just maintaining your 3 dots up at all times, and just kind of the uptime and going for procs. Every 2 minutes, you get a real fat, not Void Ascension, but, or maybe it is Void Eruption, that's what it is. But it's a lot more like the dot spec for Shadow. Now we don't know the full effect of the DK changes yet. Let's not be too hasty. Okay, Zvi, I like that one. At this rate, I'm gonna just DH so I can be the clown flipping off the arena or into an attack. I thought you really liked Monk. What happened to Windwalker Monk? Because I thought you only hated it in Mists of Pandaria. Logitech, it was so fucking funny. I was in a call with a few others in Kimmy yesterday, and she's like, what the fuck does Crackling Jade Lightning do? And we're like, oh, that's just for pulling. You don't use that for damage. In fact, it's actually a knockback. And she's like, what the fuck? It was really fucking funny. I'm in a weird spot, Kimmy. I feel like I'm better at a lot of melee classes. But man, I'm tired of being melee. It's just so much easier being out at range and being like, I don't gotta move for shit. I can just stand out here casting. Oh, the boss is running back and forth because the tank's being weird, and be like, it's jank, I can't get him to stand still. I don't give a fuck, is ranged. Honestly, I'm new and I just want to try stuff. Wait, you like that one? Oh, I have to try harder then. Most of yours are, I'm not gonna say nothing burgers. Most of them are dad jokes, so I'm like, oh, okay, dude, alright. That one was good. That one was fun. Actually, I need to check something real quick. Okay. The ribbon doesn't change colors between the outfits, and it's not supposed to. I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing a texture with it. Yeah, I think I'll like Shadow Priest. I liked Shadow Priest in the past. It's only a dad joke when it becomes apparent. Bonk. Karate chops Kriggle's forehead. I also perhaps went to get the edge basic bitch. Every DH has this weapon sword. Freakland? What do you mean? You are a mother, though. Micaiah, if you're still here. I did a bunch of Avatar work yesterday. It was, it felt really good. To use, they're talking to me, Violet. Because Global calls me mom, they are calling me a mother. I am very much not an actual mother. I did Avatar work yesterday. I have the tattoo on the Yukata avatar in Unity. It's not uploaded yet. I'm actually really happy with that. The ribbon that everybody's like, that's floating too much. That has gotten closer. It's a lot better now. I mean, Spacefish isn't a papa either. Yes. What was the other thing I did? Oh yeah, I got rid of the Spider Lily and the pink outfits. Now it just has the Miko one. Motherland, I require Fruited Loops. We are not a Fruit Loops household, Leon. We are a Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Reese's Puffs household. I'll allow you to have Cocoa Puffs, but Fruit Loops? Yuli, were you there for my DK's name? Yes, I was there for your Death Knight's name. It was Goth Gonk, you fucking freak. What about Fruity Pebbles? I'm running away, goodbye forever. Fruity Pebbles, really? Not even like Cocoa Pebbles? If you're gonna eat unhealthy cereal, can you just have some chocolatey garbage instead of pretending it's healthy because it's the fruity one? Bro, the recent Cinnamon Toast Crunch ads I saw were concerning. Oh, they've always been concerning. You have 0.005 seconds to enjoy any Pebbles. Special K strawberry, let's fucking go. Fruity Pebbles are delicious. I feel like maybe you just like fruit flavors. That's fair. I feel like given the option between Cocoa Pebbles, literal fucking chocolate, and Fruity Pebbles, knockoff fruit flavors, they're both like ginormously unhealthy. Why not just go for the chocolate one? Good thing they last 0.003. They're not fruity because it's healthy. They're fruity because you're fruity. Okay. I do love Cinnamon Toast Crunch, though. If I still ate cereal, I'd fuck it up. My go-to is Reese's Puffs. I love Reese's Puffs. But Cinnamon Toast Crunch was always like a solid second. Kimmy stole my joke. Back from dentist. Lots of screaming kids there. They're running behind 45 minutes. I do not envy them. That was a really fast dentist trip. Was it just a cleaning? And welcome back. Alternatively, French Toast Crunch and Reese's, yeah. Love. Yep, just a cleaning. We've been talking about video games, GD, and we've been talking about, so we've talked about World of Warcraft, Xenoblade, and then we also talked about the two home relationships that I home wrecked. That's what we've been talking about the last, how long has it been? It's been 2 hours? Holy. And Lovins. Video game you play with friends. That was part of the home wrecking stuff. What's something I have from notes? Happy doing the laundry. I have a very relatable meme that I saw. It was actually from the Minecraft subreddit. But basically, it's a guy who posts 2 pictures. Last time I heard about you being a homewrecker, it just seemed like the homes were already wrecked. You just made it obvious to them. honestly, yeah. In both cases, it kind of seemed like the relationship had a lot of problems underneath, and they seemed real happy, but when they encountered a problem, it fell apart. Minecraft. I saw a meme, it had two pictures. The picture on the left is a super pretty, like tons of shaders, whole texture pack. It's a bridge. And it's like, YouTube, how to build this bridge, yada yada. And it looks fucking gorgeous. The picture on the right is the exact same bridge, but no shaders, no texture pack. It just looks like, okay, it's just a bridge, but it looks kind of lame, especially compared to the one on the left. And, it's got the text that says, you know, my bridge. And then there's text above both of them that says, I fucking hate this game. And it's like, holy shit, this speaks to my soul. Because I felt this exact same thing when I was making Minecraft videos. I would look up something like a bridge, or whatever, and build it myself. And it was like, wow, I don't have the shader packs and whatnot, so mine looks good, I guess. But like, the one you see in the YouTube video is just like, holy shit, that's incredible! The real play was just having Violet build everything, so I never saw before and after. I just saw the after what Violet built, and I was like, holy shit, this is nice. But I do remember, like, looking stuff up. Minion. I do remember looking stuff up and being like, damn, this is so pretty. I cannot recreate this. I need a Minecraft feature. You know what really stopped the Minecraft videos? Hi, Archangel. One, the realization how long a Minecraft video takes. But two, a big hindrance in the Minecraft videos was, I have struggled to get the same texture pack downloaded. The one we use, I've been having trouble getting, like, all the same mods for it. And there was, like, one or two that was like, I need this, and I don't know how to get this on Minecraft, so I just don't have Minecraft on the new computer. But I still need to do at least a few videos for Minecraft. I'd like to get, like, one Minecraft video out a month. What are we at? 3.26? Hell yeah. My feet are feeling it? What, a Minecraft mood? Ugh. The problem with Minecraft is that, like, even when I offload a lot of stuff to you and Yuki. Oh, 3.26 miles? I see. Even when I offload a lot of the work, it still fucking takes forever. Yuli, I'm getting gatekept for new games. Also, low-key, I could fuck with some Minecraft right now. Kimmy? Kimmy? Hey, Kimmy. You're a fucking idiot. Karate chops this fucking dog girl. You literally were just complaining. Oh my god! There's new World of Warcraft content! There's new Final Fantasy XIV content! There's new Destiny content! Yeah, I could fuck with some Minecraft right now. You literally don't have time, Kimmy. You have 3 things to be doing. My PC can't run new games. Oh, what you mean? These aren't new games. What video are we on? Zoldrak? A little long, but that's good. A good video to get. I think it can come up a little bit. I play Minecraft while I wait for stuff in WoW? Easy? I've actually never had, like, a serious playthrough of Minecraft. Oh, God. The first time I ever played Minecraft was back in Battle for Azeroth. I had my rating... Okay. So when I was with that one ex that I home wrecked, with the, the whole loving situation. When she dipped, when our fourth friend dipped, and then when I blocked my ex, I was suddenly alone. So when I was alone, I went back to play Horde. Battle for Azeroth. Probably my least favorite expansion. It's close between that one and Shadowlands. I went back to Horde, joined a trade chat guild, played Elemental Shaman, was really bad at the game. But and I wasn't really feeling it because, this guild that I had played with for 10 years was like, I wasn't playing with any of them anymore. This is the first time I'm like striking out. No, not really the first time, but I don't know anybody and I'm just not in a mood for WoW, but still playing WoW. How did I get to Battle for Azeroth? I don't even remember where I started with this story. I would play WoW, kind of keep up with dailies and whatnot, and then watch anime. Go to work, come home, have 5 hours of myself, literally just do BFA and anime. Holy shit, why did I bring this up? Why did I bring up BFA? I'm just like mind blanking entirely, and I'm like forgetting Battle for Azeroth. Okay. You got a lot of consonants in that name. Not Squedgley? Hi, not Squedgley. BFA. Oh, God. Oh, Minecraft. Minecraft, your first time playing Minecraft. Shut the hell up about Love and Sky. Something about Love and Sky. I read that as shut the hell up. That's something. Yes, Bank of America? My first time playing Azeroth, my first time playing Minecraft. My guild in BFA, the raid starts slowing down. We're kind of running out of content. And they're like, hey, let's play Minecraft. And so I'm like, you know what? Minecraft came out when I was in college. I avoided it so that I wouldn't drop out. But I'm not in college anymore. Let's fucking try Minecraft. Let's learn it, because, it's a timeless game. People are never going to stop playing it. Hi, Icy Fire. So I play Minecraft with this, guys. This was so fucking miserable. Because this is my first time, right? I'm sitting there like, oh, I can, take a stick and some rocks in this way and I can make a pickaxe. Yippee! Oh, I shouldn't use it on dirt? Okay, that you only use the pickaxes on rocks? Okay, I get this. There was a lot of just me learning the most simple and basic things ever. I make I take an hour. I build a little hut next to a river. And by then, other people in the run are already flying around with elytras and shit. Hi, Cumi. Pop-Tart. And so, I'm way behind. I'm playing with a bunch of youngsters that are way younger than me, and they know everything about Minecraft. They've been doing it since they were 8 years old. And I'm just I don't know anything. This feels really bad. And I think what I did my first time playing Minecraft, I wanted to build... Hi. Everyone is a youngster to you? That's not true. I wanted to build a tower, and I wanted it to be black stone. So I was like, how do you get black stone? How do you get black stone blocks? And I found, black cement. You needed ink from squids. Okay. So I didn't know what, a farm was. And so I just made a boat, went out to the ocean, and killed squids. And I could kill, 4 a day, because the ocean was kind of far away from my home. But then I had to go back and you know, rest, because otherwise the night wouldn't progress. And people would be like, everybody sleep, everybody get in your beds. And so I would get like 4, maybe 8 squids a day. Be able to build like, I don't know, on average 6 cement blocks. And that's how I was building a tower. Literally 6 blocks every day in night cycle. And it was just like the most horribly inefficient, stupid way of playing. And it was just taking so long. And everyone else is like, you know, they're doing farms, they're progressing shit. They're like, hey, Yulin, you having fun? I'm like, yeah. Internally, I'm thinking, absolutely not. This sucks. And so, eventually I stopped playing with them. Another thing that made the run really unfun for me. A lot of people had asked me to play Minecraft with them. And I'd said no, because I didn't want to drop out of college. And now that I was playing it, a lot of people were messaging me like, what the fuck? I asked you to play and you said no. Now you're playing it without me? And it's like, bro, I haven't talked to you in 2 years. Yes, I'm playing it without you. There was a lot of people that just were upset that I was playing Minecraft. That was my first experience. Second experience was with Koyo in a heavily modded run. And I just made a farm. Not like a Minecraft farm. Hi, Smug. I made like a crops and plants farm. And I was trying to just make a ton of harvest and whatnot. And that was kind of fun, but like I wasn't using it for anything. I was just like collecting and replanting. So it didn't have a purpose. It felt very empty and like through the motions. The third time I played was on stream. And that was a lot more fun. I was actually able to give myself goals and do stuff. But I still, like, I look at Minecraft and I'm like, I'd just much rather play something like Terraria or Core Keeper. I like having goals. Bank of America, question mark. I have no idea where Bank of America came up. Oh, Icy Fire's here on their break. Let's do holidays real quick. There's not many. Green Peppers Day, International Traffic Light Day, National Night Out, National Oyster Day, National Underwear Day, Walk Like a Dog Day. Wow, these fucking suck. I guess National Underwear Day is my favorite. These stink. Also, I need to clear my throat. Gah. Leon, Pop-Tart, Icy. I played so much Minecraft around the time Villages came out. Tried to get back in a few times over the years and just can't. Yuli. Everyone was a youngster to you? Okay. Alright, cue me, honey, Yulin Squish. I love building farms. I think Satisfactory scratches the same itch. Minecraft is weird because it's such a community game. It's such a, like, play with other people and do goals and, like, share with each other. And it's like, if I want to do stuff solo, I'd rather play a factory game like Satisfactory. If I want to play with people, I'd rather play like a more team-oriented game with goals, like knock this boss out, now knock this boss out, like Terraria or Core Keeper. Hi, Choco Fits. Minecraft is just in a weird interim spot where it's like, eh. You like having goals, so you hate Breath of the Wild? No, absolutely not. What? So I'll come clear it for you again? Clear what for me again? Huh? Minecraft farms are wild now? Hey, you guys, Noodles. Oh, clear my throat. What the fuck, Noodles? No, it was like phlegm. Ew. Icy, can you grab me a big gulp of milk coffee? You like having goals? So you're a FIFA player, whatever EA call it now? Oh, God. Okay, I mentioned it at the start of stream. I'm reminded because EA. Big MMO news. TERA 2 has been greenlit for production. Milk, yes. Coffee, no. I've been guardian farming in Breath of the Wild. Got the laser parry down a lot better, but realized so much easier to just slap the bastards with the Master Sword, Lamau. I think my go-to, Leon, was like one laser reflect, and then when they get hit with that, then chop them up. It's so much easier when you have the Master Sword, but Icy, how will I survive? There's a few things with the laser reflect that's like, once you look for the tell, for me it was the blue flash. When the blue flash around their eye gets to like max range, so it goes like bling, and then it stops, that's when I hit the button. Interesting. Hopefully it's not terrible. Okay, dude. Eye horse in, dodge one laser, stasis, slap, slap, slap. That works, yeah. Eye horse in, move the fuck away from my horse. Reflect one laser. Usually they walk up to me in that time. And then slap, slap, slap. Just parry death noodles. TERA 2 has been announced. It's only greenlit. So, TERA came out, God, like 13 years ago at this point. And, you know, it was really good for a long time. A lot of our friends are playing a TERA private server right now, so they're probably like, holy shit! We don't have any information on it. We don't have any classes, we don't have any visuals. What we do know about TERA 2 is that Krafton, the publishing company that everybody's fucking mad at because of Subnautica 2, they have greenlit the project, and they have, like, I think it's Bluehole Studios. They're the ones working on TERA 2. They have a guy who is, like, one of the OG founders of Bluehole Studios working on it. It looks like the guy in charge of the product is a guy that people do like as a game dev. He's very much a dude that everybody's like, oh, he's working on it? Fuck yeah, that's good. Noodles, Nar. I've never been more glad to suck at pairing. Not allowed, Noodles. I could see myself playing it. The problem is, it's not even like in alpha. It's not even close to alpha. It'll be 4 to 5 years before we see anything of TERA 2 again. It's also very possible it gets canceled in that time. But, you know, some hope. That'd be really cool to get TERA 2. TERA was a fun game. A lot of people really like it. You can't tell me what to do, Ewan. Actually, I can. This is my channel. I can tell you exactly what to do, because it's my way or the highway. Don't ever forget that. Icy can, though. Noodles. Not even from the perspective of, like, what I say goes here. But also, like, just outside of this stream, if I told you something, you'd probably be like, okay. No, you do the, okay. That's how you respond. And she's actually gonna be like, you can't tell me what to do, Ewan. You would fold. Say it right. I don't know how to say it more right than the way I did. Okay. If I'm not saying it right there, it's never gonna get more right. It is not with a U. What? It is not Nkui. I do not trust EA. They're up there with Ubisoft for shit asses with me. Why did you get the message for that one, Lamau? What was it that EA was working on? Kawaii. There was my introduction to character classes, archetypes. Use a jousting lance on foot, and I fucking hate them. So we were talking about my 2 home wrecking stories, right, Zwei? They met each other. My 2 exes have met each other. Gold star for trying. There's no you in there. You're the one writing it wrong. My exes have met each other. And this is one of the most tragic setups and bad impressions I've ever seen in life. X1, I get him into Monster Hunter. He loves it. And in particular, he really likes playing Lance. It's a very defensive weapon, but it's slow damage unless you have high APM. Unless you are playing very aggressive and pushing yourself. It doesn't kill monsters fast. But a good Lance player, they are very high DPS, and it's very like, whoa. Watching a good Lance player is like, impressive. Welcome back. And so, he really liked that aspect, and he liked Lance. At some point, when he's like way into Monster Hunter, a friend of his was like, hey dude, I'm gonna be, setting up a tattoo shop. I need to do some like practice tattoos that I can basically put in a portfolio to advertise like this is something I did at the tattoo shop. I can't use previous works that I've done under previous tattoo shops. It needs to be a this tattoo shop exclusive thing. So I need to do some tattoos. You good with me giving you a free one? My friend is like, how big we talking? He's like, as big as you want. I gotta show off the shop, so, the bigger the better. And my ex is like, shit, dude, you'll give me like a huge back stencil? And he's like, dude, I'll do a whole back stencil for you. He's like, okay. I'm really into this game called Monster Hunter. Give me a lance. Give me one of the Monster Hunter lances on my back. So he picked out his favorite lance. The dude stenciled the lance on his back. And he had the lance. And then when he played Terra, he played Lancer. X2 thought the Lancer was really lame and played the Blade Master class to play Dodge Tank. I was expecting Yulin tattoo raffle. I don't have any tattoos myself. They meet for whatever reason. My exes wanted to meet each other. I think both of them were like, I used to be Yulin's best friend. I want to judge his new best friend. I want to see, like, what the person he has called his best friend now and then is like. So it was like a weird competition thing, I think. We play ARAM together. And it's awkward. It's like 5 minutes of, like, awkward conversation. Do you like this? Not really. Have you ever done this? No, I don't leave the house. And it's just like them trying to find common ground. And then like a minute of silence. After 5 minutes, one of them's like, did you ever play Terra? The Lancer, he goes, did you ever play Terra? And the other ex, the second one, he goes, dude, I fucking love Terra. Gumi and I played that together. It was so much fun. I really liked tanking in that game, so I played the Blade Dancer. Because, I mean, like, why would you not play the Blade Dancer? The Blade Dancer, they've got dodging, they've got the dual wielding. I really would have liked to use a shield as a tank, but the only option was the Lancer class. And, like, dude, Lances are so fucking lame. And I'm like, what is he doing? And X1, the one with the Lance tattoo, starts laughing. And X2, the one without the lance, who's just said lances are lame, he's like, oh, I finally got a laugh. Go all in on this. Dude, am I right? Lances are so lame. Like, who the fuck would play a lance class in a game? Like, I get it if you're jousting, like, on a horse, but, like, who the fuck is just going to use a lance on the ground? Like, use a spear or something. Use just a regular sword. Like, lances are so dumb and lame. And I'm like messaging him on Discord. Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. Why are you insulting lances? Why are you suddenly making it your personality to hate the lance weapon? He literally has a lance tattoo on his back. Shut the fuck up, dude. X1 is just laughing his ass off because he's just like, why is this guy going so hard on lances? This is hilarious to me. So they didn't even tag team you. Shame, shame, idiots. Okay. I was a lot less degenerate back then. I was a lot less openly degenerate, I should say. The idea of a threesome would have been like, what the fuck? This guy goes off on, like, for a minute about how lame lances are. Finally reads my DMs. And he just goes, I am so sorry. I was just really nervous and trying to impress you. It seemed like you were laughing at me complaining about lances, so I thought you agreed that lances are lame. I did not know you thought lances were cool and laughing at me. I'm really sorry. I didn't think the lance class was that cool in Terra. But if you did, that's cool. And I'm just like, this is why you don't have your friends meet each other. This is why you keep them separated. Their star signs are opposing. The Monster Hunter astrology strikes again. I had a threesome with 2 X's when I was younger. Horrible mistake, do not recommend. Yeah, I can't see it being a good idea. Not gonna lie, hard to see you less degen. I don't know. I've always been pretty degen. Okay. In my life, when I was, I started going to a private Christian school when I was 8, maybe 9 years old. 4th grade. So probably like 8 to 9 years old. I became super turbo devout Christian. Super like, read your Bible daily. Attend youth group and church 2 times a week. Not the Christian Minecraft server. You know, masturbation is bad kind of Christian. When I was... How old would I have been? 14. I started playing World of Warcraft. And probably 15, I'm playing Burning Crusade. And I, 15 or 16, I'd say. I start playing, Paladin. And this was the fucking beginning of the end. I made a Blood Elf female Paladin. Because I thought they were cute and I really didn't like the male Paladins. It was named Rosario after the anime, Rosario plus Vampire. Which, by the way, this anime, I loved it. And I loved it so much. Well, I love the manga. I watched the manga a lot more than the anime. I loved it so much. I was reading ahead on the manga. And there was a scene where they show... I don't remember her name, but the succubus. They show her boobs. And I was just like, oh, I'm so disappointed. Blows' manga. They have crossed the line. They are degenerate. And someone of my stature cannot read a filthy... It's basically porn. I must no longer read Rosario plus Vampire. And I stopped reading it then. Bro, you're such a... Yeah, that's what I was like back then. But I'm playing this paladin named Rosario. I'm leveling it. You know what comes after? We would do... On this paladin, I was in a leveling guild, and I would do, like, you know... Just play for entire days. Must have been like a summer vacation. I would go to, like, Blackrock Depths and be there for hours with my guild leader who was a tank, and I was a healer. And he would just flirt with me all the time. You do like /E cups your ass, good job, healer. And I'm sitting there like, not being like, what the fuck, dude? I'm sitting there like, totally flirting back with it. And like, at this point, if somebody called me a girl, I wouldn't correct them, right? But this guy knew. This guy knew I was a guy. And I was like, dude, you know I'm a guy, right? And he was like, an ass is an ass. You know, a lot of stuff like that. That was probably where I started, like, being more and more open to ERP, stuff like that. Being like secretly degenerate, but never open with it. Fairly hypocritical. You know, to be like, you must be pure. You must strive to be like Jesus. And then, you know, ERP with people one-on-one with this. I was kind of like that until I was 18. I go to college. I take the environmental biology classes. I learn about, you know, the evolutionary human tree. And I'm like, wait a minute. All my Christian teachers were lying about this. What else were they lying about? And I very much took a step back from Christianity, from religion. And when you're taking a step back, and it's like, this is, I don't know, without the restriction of Christianity, I kind of just went more and more degenerate. I was still like, not really holding on to a lot of Christian values, but a lot of stuff I just wouldn't do, right? So like the idea of people seeing me naked was like, absolutely not. Why is Jesus so sexy and half naked? Much to think about. Hello, I'm Christian. Bells. That's what she said, jokes with my mother. Even my lawful good paladin of a husband. I mean, I think there's a massive difference between sex jokes and, you know, sex with people / ERP with people. Not that ERP and sex are the same, but I think there's a very different, the word I'm looking for, very drastic difference between those two things. I kind of lived like this for a while though, where like I kind of considered myself a Christian still, but it was on the back burner. It was always like, I gotta think that out sometime. I gotta like reevaluate. But I'd still consider myself a Christian. I'd still call myself a Christian. I wasn't going to church. I wasn't reading the Bible. But it was such a big part of my childhood and growing up that I was like, I don't know if I can just throw this away. I get that. It just seems like the Christianity you grew up with needs a chill pill. Well, I'm not going to go into that. Fair. It wasn't until I was like 25, 26 that I was like, why do I still say I'm a Christian? Why do I still like cling to this? And I kind of just like full renounce it. I kind of had like the thought of, I am not a Christian. I will no longer tell people I'm a Christian. I will no longer associate myself with this. I'm out. 100% I'm out. I am making my mind up with this. When I was, I think I would have been 29. I'd moved out from parents. I was watching Twitch. I wasn't like super turbo degenerate. But like, you know, I could flirt a lot. I could, you know, share porn images with people. But it's very much still very prudish. And then I went to a Lele meetup. Foss brought me there. And I'm hanging out there. And I see this creature by the name of Zayla. And Zayla, they're like in a half-naked avatar. It's basically underwear. And they're just flirting with everybody. Everything that comes out of their mouth is a sex pun. They talk in a very sensual manner. They're literally like in full body tracking and like dancing and grinding on people. Oh god, it was Zayla. Z-A-E-L-A, sometimes an H. I miss Zayla. I don't know where they went, GD. I also miss them. Hoi hoi, by the way. Hi, Pixel. I heard you joined on people, got naked, fell asleep, and disconnected 40 minutes later. I remember seeing Zayla at this meetup, GD. You actually might have been there. And I'm thinking, oh my god. What is this person doing? They're just like acting like a complete sex pest in front of everybody. They're gonna get kicked out. People don't want to see this. People are gonna like ban them from this. They're never gonna be let back. You can't just do that in front of people. And that's not what happened. People love Zayla. People were very accepting of Zayla. They were either flirting back or getting flustered and moving away. But it was always like a positive thing. Nobody was like, hey, knock it off. It was very much like people like Zayla. And I left this meetup thinking like, what the fuck just happened? This person was like a complete degenerate, openly, publicly. And like, I don't have a problem with it, but like, don't normal people? Don't people like not like seeing that stuff? Wait, I didn't have a problem with it. Maybe more people are like me. Maybe people are just okay with that. Maybe I could be like that. Normies on VR, quick, get the camera. And so I was kind of just like, okay, probably know by now. Very much of a where you're at. Normal people in VR chat, Keck. I wish you would stop pointing out I am not normal, mother. Global. There's a difference between, like, not normal and whatnot. And then there's you. You're a fucking freak, Global. I love you dearly. But you are far from normal. Also, hi, Global. I don't know. I had that meetup, and it was kind of just like a, maybe I can be like this. And so I started acting more degenerate, more flirty, more just constantly sexual in places I was new. So the streams that I was like very familiar with, I wasn't doing it there. So like in Foss's streams, in Elite streams, I wasn't doing it that much. But I discovered a new streamer about the same time. Their name was Telena. And I very much was like constantly flirting there. There was also Kanaturu. And who else? Might have been Corvu's stream actually. But definitely around Kana. Definitely around Telena. Hi Pinkie Pie, Applejack, Fluttershy, Eternia, 46-ounce lidded mason jar, Kirby Barbie. Why did you only name 3 of them? You know there's 6, right? Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Bless your snez. Thank you. Bro wants to be a Hans. What the? I don't think I do. I started being really degenerate in those chats. Specifically, I remember in Telena's stream, she would play XCOM 2. And she would ask people, what do you want your character to be? What class? And I would always say medic. So I can give my team emotional support after a hard day of work. People would be like, what's emotional support? And it, you know, the joke would be like, you know, sucking dick, yada yada. And I was just very flirty there. And it was never like, God, this guy is so weird, get out of here. It was always encouraged, right? Helena would like flirt back a little. She would always like, you know, always not throw me under the bus, but, you know, encourage people to flirt with me. And it was like, it wasn't a like one-track mind. It was very much like, oh, we're talking about specifics of a game, I can be there. It wasn't like, this is my entire personality now. It was very like driving force for a bit. It was always like the first thing. But I could always be like, I guess a real person aside from that. I'm afraid it's Terminal Horse Disease Glue Factory. And why do you look like a horse? Huh? I don't know. I had a lot of fun there. at one point, Foss... So I'm just enjoying, like, flirting and whatnot, but not really doing anything with it. Foss opens a merch store. They open a merch store, and the only thing they sell is panties. And I buy pair number 1. Technically, I buy pair number 1, but I was the second person to get it, because fucking Hugbug got theirs before me. But I got them. I tried them on. And, like... You know, everybody in the community knew that I bought these, because I talked about it. And a lot of them were like, now we just gotta see you in them. And at the time, I was like, you want to see me in them? And they're like, yeah, fuck yeah, I do. And I was like, okay. And so this was like the age of a lot of firsts. We took pictures in them. And I shared those with a lot of people. And half of them were like, hell yeah. Now we got to see them with them off. And I was like, oh. But I was like, I want to do this. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. So I took pictures like that. And it was all positive. Every single person was like, dude, you're hot. Your ass is fucking nice. And I was like, ooh, I like this. And so I started buying outfits, taking more pictures and sharing. And it kind of went like that for a couple months. That really slowed down when I had my first bad experience. I was on a webcam with somebody in a Discord call, and God, they could not just stop being like, tell me you love me, tell me I'm the only one that matters to you. And it's like, fucking stop this, dude. Oh, I hate this. And they'd be like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, but tell me you love me. Okay, dude. I had that really bad experience, and I was like, I don't want to ERP for a bit. So I kind of just, like, chilled out for a year. Came back after a year. Tell me you love me. I get it, geez. It was not you, Global. Came back to it kind of after a year, very slowly. And then I was kind of just like, I was still lewd. I'd ERP with people now and then, but it was very much a, like... Didn't happen at all. Moved back in with my parents. Doesn't happen at all for a year. And then we started streaming, lost a bunch of weight. Put outfits on Throne. Now I'm probably more degenerate than ever, but... I'm afraid it's terminal. As long as the loot is presented in a positive way, I think it's fine. You don't want to cross that harassment line? I don't think I could even imagine Zayla doing that. Yeah, I mean, Zayla was always like, you know, they'd flirt with people. But they had a good eye for, like... There were 3 groups of people that would respond to it. You know, there'd be people like Tacos that are like, yeah, Zayla, fucking hell yeah, and, you know, totally into it. There'd be people like Kaze, who'd be like, oh my god, no, you can't, and, like, they're, like, kind of into it, but they're just flustered. Like, they're fun to tease with stuff like this. And then there'd be a third group who, I can't really think of somebody who would very cleanly fit into this. But they would just, like, move away quietly. They'd be like, eh. And, like, Zayla would never do that with them again. It would be like, okay, this person doesn't like it. We don't do that with them. But the first 2 groups, the people that are, you know, into it or blushy and flustered by it, those 2 are fun to play with. I'm going to choose he is ignoring it instead of not getting it. I kind of got distracted. The horse stuff was... I don't remember why you brought up the horse girls. 46-ounce lidded mason jar. That's not the fucking one guy, one jar video, is it? Furby Barbie? Those are just the usuals. Oh my, your heart must have been racing at first? Oh, absolutely. Oh, that's bad. Now tell me you love me, I get it, jeez. You know, that's your child. You can't do that with Global. Finally, content with a dancing turtle by your side. You think that's a turtle? Hi, Ty. Ty, you're blind as hell. That's a fox. I'll have to send you to the same cave as Akashua. I don't like this implication of yours, Cairo. Dog, turtle, same thing. By the way, thanks, Foss, for making Yuli a degen. I would not attribute it to Foss. I guess they had, you know, a part in it, but it was definitely Zayla. I'd have him no other way. Zayla is the one I look at as the person that's like a huge influence in how I have become who I am. And the cave is at least far in the north. You'll be a princess there, to be honest. And I've talked to Zayla about this. I've told Zayla, like, hey, you were like such an inspiration and influence on who I am today. You mean the world to me and I love you dearly. If there's anything you ever need from me, never hesitate to ask or talk to me. And Zayla's like, what the fuck are you talking about? All I did was just make sex jokes and flirt. You can't tell me I'm like influential. It's like, too late, already did. You're super important to me and always will be. And Zayla was just like, okay, you're weird. I became very good friends with Zayla. We've had a lot of conversations. I would talk to them a lot while I was at work. They'd be like riding the bus to their job. And they'd be like, I got 15 minutes on the bus. What are you up to? And I'm just like, I'm working on this stupid project today. They'd be like, damn, I have to work on this project for the next 3 days and it sucks. Like, we'd have a lot of conversations like that. I did tell Zayla at one point, I'm not really looking to date people, but if you asked, I'd go for it. I have such deep affection for you that, like, I'd absolutely go for it with you. And they were kind of the opinion of, like, I don't really know what I want to do with that. They were one of those, I see myself as undateable. And I'm like, I don't know how. You seem very attractive, not from just a looks perspective, but like a who you are perspective to me. And they were like, well, it's not really in my line of thought and goals right now, but it's very flattering. Oh, that's so embarrassing to share. Pictures of my butt? Totally fine. Me confessing to a crush and them being like, nah, but thanks. That's just like, ooh. No, Zayla will always be super important to me. Because they're just, you know, a reason for who I am. We tend to be our own worst critics. Sometimes. Some people just don't seem to see any fault that they do. And they look at themselves as like God's gift to the world. But like, God, it's just as bad when somebody's like, I'm awful, I'm unlovable, no one would like me, and it's like, how can you say this? Literally everybody likes you. No, nobody likes me, you're just saying that. Ugh. That can be so exhaustive. I feel that way about my theater bestie. Really don't think I'd have had the guts to audition my first musical without her support. Hell yeah. Feels call out again. What's with this stream today, LOL? Look. You gotta believe in yourself. You know what I think everybody should do? Brace yourself for the most unhinged take ever. I think you should have a mirror on the ground and masturbate to yourself in the mirror. That is a massive confidence boost. And, you know, you gotta think you're hot. You gotta think you're attractive. Doki, huh? Kind of mentality triggers my cute aggression. I ain't Naruto, chief. Your suggestion does have merit. There's people that are like, who will hold mirror though? Oh, you just like prop it up against the wall or a stand. Not like a hand mirror. We're talking like, you know, a big, like, not a wall mirror, but like, a changing mirror, something that would be like on the wall or like on a closet door. The biggest mirror you got that you can move around. It's it's a confident boost, and like, it's something I feel like people should go through. There's, joking aside, everybody is like I mentioned, there's an affinity of likeness, right? I love hanging out with Noodles. I think she's funny. I think she puts a lot of effort into her friends. I think she's always ready and like available to talk to, and like if I went to Noodles and was like, I'm having a rough day, I need a moment, I can trust Noodles to just like move everything to the side and be like, I got you, fam. Right? I think Noodles is somebody who very much takes care of their friends and is somebody that I enjoy having in my life. And those are all, plus 10, plus 30. They're affinity points that make them likable. And then, I literally end a stream for a friend. And then, she can sometimes be a little down on herself. And she's like, not necessarily, nobody likes me, but somebody makes a joke where she's like, Icy Fire, bring me coffee. And Icy Fire's like, I will literally die if you don't bring me coffee. And Icy Fire's like, I can't get you coffee. And she's like, good, posts her Thanos emote. And I'm like, why is she posting like, good, I wanted to die jokes? Like, grr. Hi, Kyo. I see those as like, -2. Right? Somebody that's kind of negative and down on themselves all the time. And Noodles isn't the worst with it. But somebody who's negative and down on themselves all the time, them's negative points. Now, for some people, most people, definitely Noodles. Coffson called out. Definitely Noodles. She has a lot of positive points that, make up by far for those negative points. For the Debbie Downer, like, nobody likes me stuff she does. But some people, you either don't know them enough to like see all the positive points, or they just don't have them. Because not everything's balanced. Not everybody gets like, it's not a video game where everybody gets the same amount of skill points to invest in, right? Some people, it feels like they just only rolled negative points, and it's like, damn. Being negative all the time and down on yourself and being your worst critic. I don't think it's a bad mentality to have internally to like push yourself to do better. But like when you're open about it, when you're like constantly down on yourself around others, that's exhausting. That's like, oh god. So yes, on my way to buy a full body mirror right now. I own 0 mirrors. For reason, you pink piece of mochi. Ugh. Hi, Kyo. Based Coffson called out. I have a name. I wonder if I know that name, Ty. To be fair, I know it's annoying, but I don't always do it. Good. Duh. There's also the problem where some people just get used to sowing negativity, so they're not that bad. And you're just staring at them like, this motherfucker is just miserable to be around. Yeah? Yeah? And like, here's the thing. For some people, they're really down on themselves when they complain. Some people, that's just how they think. That's just like their state of being. They're not actually negative. They're not like down on themselves at all. They just complain to complain. They just like, they see a thing, they talk about how thing is awful. And you're like, oh, so you hate it? And they're like, what? No, I think it's great. You just said it was the worst thing ever. Oh yeah, that was just me. That was just me saying it. That was just me venting. Okay, that sucks to be around. I'd be feckin' impressed if you threw my name. I think you're critical of yourselves, Violet. I don't think you're, like, Debbie Downer about it. We're talking about people that are like... It's almost like every other joke out of their mouth is a shot at them. Like, it's just such... Oh, there's a word for it. Self-deprecating. It's just self-deprecating humor is a constant that it's like, dude, right? It's you're not in this camp at all, Violet. You might be critical of yourself, but you're not constantly saying like, I fucking suck. I only do that if I don't have a measure of the audience yet. Rarely other times. Yeah, but it's funny. It's funny now and then. It's funny once in a while. When it's constant, it's not funny. Wow, when a bottom says you're self-deprecating. There's a fine line of self-deprecating and just shitting on yourself. Exactly. There's like... You know, okay, here's something. When I'm watching a stream, and somebody goes, oh my god, look at this gun. It's so small. And then I start going, small? That's not small. That's like average. That's like average, am I right, guys? I actually think it's kind of big. That's a self-deprecating joke. Because the joke is, haha, small dick. Clearly insecure about it. That's the joke. That's funny. When somebody's like, you know, dude, this gun sucks. And somebody just goes, not as much as me. It's like, where was the joke? Where was the humor there? That's like, there's no funny. It's just you saying you suck. And it's like, you gotta at least be funny with it. Elon, do you like fan VRC drinking nights or anything like that? So what I do, Popstar, the humor is they give great head. What are you on about? I guess bad example. But like, I feel like that's it. You get what I'm saying though, right, Noodles? What I do, Popstar, is after every walk, I just take a nap in VR chat. Except for Wednesdays, but like 6 days of the week, I take a nap. And typically anyone on my friends list can join. If you're on my friends list, you can join for the walks. And for the nap after the walk. It does like, you know, I do vet people by kind of making them hang out and chat a bit. It's not like first time message, hey, can I join? To me, that's like a red flag, and if you sent me a friend request, I'm not accepting that for a month until you've kind of been around and been cool. But like, so Cairo, for example. Cairo came to the stream, hung out, you know, would tell jokes, knew a lot about video games. They were hanging out and being like, oh, this guy's cool. He's passing the vibe check. He's like, I like having him around. So after like a week or two, I was like, it was like the weekend. I was like, dude, you can come hang out if you want. And he was like, really cool. And I, you know, sent me a friend request. I accepted it. He came and hung out on the weekend, and it was like instant fast friends. And that was like a very short time. Cairo just like spoke a lot in chat, passed the vibe check, got in instantly. For some people, I'll make them wait like 2 or 3 weeks. There was one guy, Popstar. They came in, can I join? Not really. I kind of make people wait a while. The fact that his first message was, can I join, was like, this guy's going to take 3 weeks for me to let him in, because that's like a red flag, right? I make him wait a while. I can make him hang out a bit before. They can't just join right away, because, you know, I don't know who's going to try and, you know, like, crash me or say some racist stuff on stream. The guy, waits like an hour or two. Can I join now? Okay, kid, you're clearly like 12. No, absolutely not. Hi, Proxy. It's because I don't shut up. Like me making short jokes. That's self-deprecating. I was just calling myself worthless and shit. That's when it's like, lighten up, buddy. Exactly. Yes, Yuli dear, I understand. I Dark Souls invaded Yulin is because I don't shut up. Cairo speaking truths. Compson called out. Hi, bestie barking. And then they crash out with slurs somehow. Oh, that's exactly what happened. They're like, can I join now? And I was like, no. I think you're pretty young. I meant like 2 weeks. No, you can't join. And the fact that your only 2 messages in chat are asking that you can join means you're probably not ever getting in here. And then he was like, well, fuck you. And I think they dropped an FA slur or something. And it was like, okay, ban and report. Hello, bestie. Hi, Proxy. Proxy, Hobbit, my Uma friends. Are you two ready to crash out and hear a bad story and be mad at me? And what's just as Wild War Thunder gets the same issue? Can I join? Oh, I bet like every game does. Oh no. So, I was playing Uma. I was doing my nap. This is 2 days ago. So, Sunday. Cairo joins us for the nap. And I'm just like, alright, Cairo. I haven't gone looking for the systems too much. Monkey, can I join? Yeah, you actually can. I haven't really gone looking for the systems. But I remember at one point Cairo being like, when you're a new Uma player, you don't have enough gold, you don't have enough money. But I'm sitting here like, I'm going for now. Thank you kindly for the stream. Have a good one, Choco. I don't know where all the money's supposed to be going. I've kind of just been stockpiling it. Where does the money go, Cairo? Because you said you're spending all of it. But I don't know where it's going. And Cairo's just like, Yulin, that's how you upgrade your horses. You raise their potentials and your support cards. And I'm like, oh, I thought that was just duplicates. And he's like, Yulin, it's both. Have you not been upgrading your cards and potentials? Teehee. So, I had not upgraded a single fucking thing before Sunday. Roxy, just wait. I've been having the worst luck possible with Uma. Can I join? I'm going for now. Thank you kindly for the stream. See you, Choco. You raise potentials as support cards. I'm not surprised. As he boosted his cards, never mind. Man's brute forcing his Haru runs. It blew my mind. Hi. Hi, Mr. McCroll. Nah, Cairo. This is so common. Oh, thank you for the follow. God, I'm really fucking hungry. Yeah, I ain't boosted anything. I boosted a ton of my support cards now. Most of them were like 40. I think 1 or 2 of them were like 25. I think I could only up the potential of 1 horse. I think only my Maruzensky I could actually upgrade the potential of. Hi, Sergeant Garfield. I saw that emote and I was like, there's no way that's who I think it is. And it's not. I thought that was a low-rend emote for a moment, but it's Fubu. Yo, Mr. McCroll. That's wild. I'll be your B coffee time, maybe puppy time. Yeah, you need the mats by running said horse to get the required banners. I've been spotted. I'm not lesbian, but girl. Girl, by the way. Okay. What do you want me to address you as? Because I saw the Mr. McCroll. How should I say your name? I just installed Horse Life last night. I'm scared of how interested in it I am. Uma's fun. It's probably going to be a lot better now that I just upgraded a ton of shit. I did an Air Groove run yesterday. I started one and finished it. It was okay. Air Groove's not a character I'm super invested in. I want a good Maruzensky run. That's what I want. Feel free to use my phrase for this. I'm straight, but I do have eyes. It looks disrespectfully. It's fine. I don't mind. I just troll sometimes as a boy. Well, what do you want me to call you? Hi, I'm new here. Very shy being, I noticed your stream. You're very pretty and I decided to come by and say hi. A girl? I am... You want me to call you just a girl? Like, a girl. What do you think of this? I want a name. Remember when Yulin couldn't even name me a single Uma? Proxy, I felt so bad this morning. Because I feel like I know almost all the Umas now. Like, I see them, I'm like, oh, that's this one, that's this one, that's this one. But I saw somebody post an image of an orange-haired Uma, and a character being like, oh, it's, what's your name again? And the girl going like, come on, man. It's not Marzinski. They don't exist, Elon. That's not true. I really want Ines Fujin. Bourbon looks really cool to me. And I know most of the girls. The front runners are the cool ones to me. Hi, Garfield. I hope today treats you as wonderfully as you treat others. Your kindness and beauty truly light up the world. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Gundam Uma front runners. Listen, Proxy. You're more experienced than me. You know what you're doing with Uma. But if you're not playing a front runner, you're wrong. What are these strats in Uma? Pace runners? Late game horses? It's a race. You run hard. You run to the front and you try to run the whole time. Pace Chaser end closer only. Here's a neat strat with Pace Chasers. Having problems? Make them a front runner. Really? It's a troll post I saw, Proxy. I need stay gold. It's a post of this person being like, if you don't play front runners in Uma, what the fuck are you doing? It's a race. You should always be at the front. It's a fucking race. Man on Top Gun is front runner. I got flattened on her career today by having almost everything going right. Damn, I see Top Gun squish my runs a lot. I see her get way far ahead very often. Oh, name, just call me Banana. Anything after Banana, I don't mind. Okay. He's the same for most late surgers too. Just make them a pace chaser. Yeah, I love that image. But yes, early careers, you can just make front runners until you have stat skills. I need the cat before work starts. Oh, nap. I need the nap before work starts. Oh my goodness. A couple hours, enjoy your downtime when you get to it. Good night, GD. Sleep well. Hi, Meowmies. Hi, Danny's Golden Tractor. Hi, Infernal. Hi, Arlene's. Hi, Vixie. Hi, Meowmies. Thank you. Good job today. Mwah. Happy affiliate anniversary. Thank you. I completely forgot about it until yesterday. And I was giving people the message then. And still seems to be doing it today. More Vixen chat, hell yeah. How's your walk going, honey? We're at 6 miles. We don't have any incline today, so it's a nice, chill day. Which is very much like... Oh, thank you for the follow, Garfield. It's very much appreciated because like the last 3 or 4 days have been max incline. So I'm kind of like, oh my god, finally a flat day. Finally. Good heavens, I'm arriving. I can just hear it in Meowmie's voice. I can just hear it in her voice. Wade. Hi. Sup? Yeah, no, it's been good. We've been talking about, video game stuff. I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles with my friend Cairo, and we're getting pretty late game with it. I don't know if you have anybody that really likes MMOs in your chat, but Terra 2 just got greenlit for production. We're not gonna see it for 4 to 5 years, but if you like Terra, Terra 2 is coming eventually. Um. Then we were talking about home wrecking. Oopsie, teehee. Yulin be having leg ears. Can't wait for the arm year of walking with handstands. Fuck that. Ayo, my fave. I came to the realization that you've been walking every day for more than my entire streaming career. That's not true. Meowies, we started about the same time. We home wrecking here. In my defense, I don't think I'm at fault for either time. So, like, okay, the first time I reconnected with an ex, right? The first time this ex was like, I haven't talked to you for 3 years. It's so good to see you. I'm so happy. And then the next day, they're like, I broke up with my girlfriend. They told me to go no contact with you. I said no. You don't get to accuse me of, like, cheating when I haven't given you a reason to think this. It's like a long distance thing anyway. I can't cheat on you with them. And the girlfriend was like, if you don't go no contact, I'm breaking up with you. And he's like, that's manipulative. Then I guess you're breaking up with me. And she's like, if you break up with me, now I'm killing myself. It was like, whoa! And so, like, that whole situation, I don't feel like I'm at fault there. In fact, I think I helped him dodge a bullet. The second one, this one's less cut and dry, Meowies. But basically, I had an ex. He got a girlfriend. And he told his girlfriend, Gumi, I used to go by Gumi, is the most important person in my life. Girlfriend, you're number 2. So that's that. And she was like, that's okay. Maybe I'll be number 1 someday. But, you know, if you still want to have sex with Gumi, just don't tell me about it. I'm okay with it. You guys have a pass. And so a few months go by. I get the lovin's. And she's like on a trip, so we're like, hey, you know, we got a pass. We did that, and she comes back and she's like, did you fuck Gumi? I have a bad feeling. Did you fuck Gumi? Yeah, I did. No, my God, how could you do this to me? You two just waited for me to not be around. And it's like... I think if I had been smarter, I might have realized this girl is biting off more than she can chew. She is just trying to say yes to impress her boyfriend, and she cannot handle this. I don't necessarily think I'm at fault. I just think maybe I would have seen her, you know, run into the pole. Running into the wall and been able to stop it from happening. I did 2 years, so that's like 720-ish days. It's 743, so a little over. We started the same month. That's like the same time. But yeah. You know, now that I think about it, I just had a partner anniversary. You're gonna have one. Partner anniversary? Not partner. Affiliate anniversary. You're gonna have one, so happy streamiversary. I'll try to catch the day when you get there. Did I come back to Yuli pretending he's not a homewrecker again? No. I'm a homewrecker for sure. I just don't think I'm at fault. Everyone else agrees with me, Kyra. I didn't do nothing wrong. You're the only one that's like, you're at fault for this. Was it your direct fault? No. Should you have smelled those red flags from a mile away? Yes. Yes, damn LOL. Ain't no way that first one played 2 unforgivable cards like that back to back. That is exactly what she did. Yes, but actually no secret. Lol, many such cases. Mine was like a week or so ago? Okay, wait. 720. Shouldn't it be like on 730? Because if there's 365 days in a year, that should be 30 over, shouldn't it? I don't know. You should have stayed away from those situations. Oh. No. It wouldn't be. Yours would have been a week ago. Because, or, you know, about that long ago. Because mine was my, affiliate anniversary, and it took me like 3 weeks to get affiliate. You probably hit affiliate like instantly because you were smarter with your marketing and like getting your name out there when you started. Okay, that makes sense. That checks out. I am understanding Naruhodo. But you've probably been yapping for a while. Go get some food. Go rest up. I did it in the 5-day minimum, yeah? I If I had been smarter and kind of like gotten my name out there more, I feel like I could have done it in the 5-day minimum. Because I had a lot of communities that I, kind of pulled from. But what I did was like, I just started without telling anybody, and I would raid them. I would raid my friends. And so, people would see like, wait, Yulin streams? I always see them in chat here. I didn't know they streamed. And so there was a lot of like slow, gradual buildup. And then by the end of 3 weeks, I was like averaging 5 to 10. But the average viewer threshold kept me from applying for a good 2 weeks. I don't know. Should have stayed away from those situations. 5-day minimum. I had dinner early today. My eyes were on fire. I'm glad I got to raid you before you ended walking. I hope your eyes feel better. Then yeah, go take care of them. Accidentally networked for like 4 years. Getting to know people, then just said I was going to stream and everyone just hopped over. I kind of networked for 4 years. But I didn't like tell people. I didn't tell people like, I'm gonna start streaming next week. It's gonna be this day. It was more like... it was like more like for a year. I'm gonna start streaming. When? Eventually. Once everything's set up and, I'm in a live situation where I can. I'll start streaming then. And, that went on for 14 months. I was so bad. I would go into it, but I don't want to address you with this story, and I want you to go take care of your eyes. Oh, we're finally done with that video. We are not done with the stream, just the walk. Walking through Queensdale? I haven't done that one in ages. Pins. Pin 1. Oh, welcome back, Lenny. Yummies. Go take care of yourself. Go do the stuff. Also, Meowmies, look at my cute new outfit. That's so fucking bad. I went, fuck it, I quit my job and next month I'm going to be a VTuber. That sounds so driven and motivated and good. It was definitely for me, I wanted to stream for like 2 years. But I didn't because I didn't want to have a job and stream at the same time. Nom. What the fuck? How dare you? My contract ended. And, when that happened, I wanted to start streaming. So I moved back in with my parents and they made it very clear they did not want me streaming while I didn't have a job. And so, kind of took me a while to get there. And even then, I didn't eventually get a job. I looked for a job for a year. Didn't find one. And they were like, well, you've been here for a year, no job. That means you gotta get out. And I was like, yeah, okay. I'll get out and start streaming. Be in the red for a while, but I got savings. And they're like, you'd rather move out with no job and try the streaming thing than just get a job? Uh-huh. Oh, how far did I go? 6.4? And then we had an argument. They gave me another year. I know, just get a job. 6.4 miles. Now we rest. We had an argument. They said I made some good points. They gave me another year. Started streaming after like 2 months of that extension. Oh boy, let's check the economy. Oh wait. Started streaming 2 months into that extension. And I'd say I found like instant success. I am very lucky and blessed in the people who started watching me. The money I started earning. The big thing was the weight I lost. 205 pounds at 5'7" and I just started shedding pounds. We were talking like losing 3 to 5 pounds a week. It was kind of crazy how fast I was losing initially. 6.4 miles, well done. Thank you. And them seeing me be so driven, they were just like, no year extension. You can just live here, pay your rent, and we're happy with this. I need to move my trackers around. Hi, Lopner. 3 to 5 pounds a week is great. That was definitely like the starting phase, right? So when you start losing weight, it goes real fast at the start. Dress broken on the side? No, I think it clips through my thighs now and then. Like, lows. Lopner, did I hear something kind of crazy earlier? That you, like, are silver in Counter-Strike and have spent, like, $3,000 on the game? Did I hear that right? What the heck? Please correct me if I heard that wrong. It's not 3,000 yet. Since I did squats, etc., I lost like 16 kg. Streaming, it's fucking great to have that loss while doing what you love. Right? Like, I always wanted to exercise and get in shape and take care of myself. But doing that while working at the office was like incredibly difficult. It was like, you go to work, you come back, and it's like, how the fuck do you motivate yourself to just work out for another like hour? It was so just like going to a soul-crushing job and then going to exercise was just like so hard to keep up with. It's not 3,000 yet. 2,999, definitely less than half 3,000. It's pain. It sucks. Feeling around your shoulder, it's broken. Like here? Okay, let's point to it on me. Okay. Oh, it is a bit. Micaiah, you see this? What is going on there? It looks kind of weird. Okay. Exactly why I'm glad I'm a mailman. Am I seeing what? Classic pit weight painting? Yeah, always a pain. I shouldn't have to do any weight painting for this. This should be like matched to Kuronasu, but apparently not. Oh, I updated the title already. Back. Welcome back. We did our trackers. We recalibrated. We did our title. Like a Brazilian humidity. Where are we going? Where are we going today? Ooh, I know where we could go. No, actually I need to check that map again. Get me the fuck out of World of Warcraft. Go to Starlight Home. This is a nice... Friends. Drop portal. Loop. Anchor. Local. Pins. And 3. Portal. Did I go through it? Okay. Hopefully shrink blend shapes work, but Kuronasu plus old plus who old Yukata plus use a new base you pink twink. I hate that both you and Oku are like, we need to get this freak off of Kuronasu. Let's both make fucking incredible Shinano femboys and make them super jealous so that they want to update. Ah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Yeah, but then you need to trust avatar and asset makers who check out asset after asset to put in effort. I'm back. Welcome back. Back non-dairy. Hopefully shrink blend shapes works, but Kuronasu. You just repeated... Okay. Okay, you just repeated what... God damn it. Where's my thing? I think it was the seat over here that I really liked. Yeah. I mean, there was a boy event. Oh, but also mine Celestia. Yours is Celestia? I thought it was Shano. I'm gonna get a drink. Then I'm gonna sit down. Also, the arrogance, right, of saying, you made this model just to make me jealous. Ugh. That'd be fucking crazy. Like, think somebody makes a model to that level, that degree. Oh, I didn't set up my pillow. Just to make you jealous or something. Ugh. Okay. Ugh. Whisper the spell to me. Ugh. Bring this over here. Bring that over there. Switch to this camera. I'm like super far against the pillows. Anchor world flying. Okay. I'm happy with that. We can go down. Ugh. Okay. Ugh. You can buy my silence using my weakness. Yes, get a new base, either or. Ugh. I'm looking forward to my new base when I get around to making it. Yes, ice sits. Micaiah has been teaching me a lot of avatar work, Meowmies. I'm very eager to get a lot of outfits on Chronosta that I've been planning. I want to do some very simple, just like add the avatar. Is my elbow poking through this as well? Kind of is, but well, kind of. It absolutely. I don't know if that's like a good fit at all. Fix it all. Once I do my just simple outfit ideas, then I kind of want to set up a new base. Problem is, I really just want to get to a point where I'm set up. I've got the stuff. I can do stuff on my own without too much effort, without bothering people. And setting up a new base just sounds like such a... I need people to sit with me and help me. I did some avatar work yesterday. I applied a new tattoo to this base. I moved this thing and the bow back here closer to my head. That one I needed help with. That one I could not do on my own. And then I kind of cleared out some of the outfits. The next time I upload this, it is not going to have this color variant of the dress. It is only going to have this one here. And then the pink one and the lily one are going away. Kind of just save on texture memory. They're both good. I like the white and red one more. Noodles has been doing a lot of lifting, convincing me. Rewatching Full Metal makes me want to get Greed's tattoo IRL or Envy. Why must tattoo be expensive? I thought I showed you how. Oh, you absolutely did. It's just I need to be shown things like 3 to 5 times. It's I'm a very slow learner, Micaiah. I'm gonna try to do it on my own, fail, and then be like, I need you to show me again. It's part of why I'm like, oh god, I hate asking people for help, because I'm just really bad at taking notes. I'm really bad at remembering the process. Why I hop for to help? Because I know exactly what he's going through. You can get cheap tattoo. You just shouldn't. I mean, yeah. It's one of those things, Micaiah, that like you show me 10 things, I'm gonna remember 2 or 3 of them. But I got those 2 or 3. Then you show me the remaining like 8 to 7, and we get it down to like 4 to 5, and then you show me those, and I get it down to like 2 or 3. It's one of those where it's just like, I get it slowly, bit by bit. Hi, Miss Lavendar. Thank you for the follow. Speaking on tattoos, we talked about my exes so much today. That first ex, I remember when the Vocaloid song Matryoshka came out, and I showed them like the art and the song, and I was like, wow, these tattoos are so cool. Makes me want to get one. They're like, are you gonna get it? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna get it. 5 years go by. I remember like talking about how frustrated I was being shy and how much difficulty I have talking to people. They're like, I just don't understand how you're not an outgoing person. You've literally got face tattoos. What? Yeah, you've got face tattoos like that one Vocaloid song. What? No! He just thought I had face tattoos for 5 years. I had a moment where, man, Yulin locked the fuck in, I'm letting him cook. We came back a later day and it seemed like you forgot stuff, and I was like, no. It's... There's definitely like some things that like we go through it and I'm like, okay, I remember doing this with Oku. I remember step by step the process. I feel really good with this. And then there's things that's like, I don't know why, I really struggle crazy fucking hard with it. Like, I remember I did all this work with Oku, and then I tried like putting an outfit on my armature or something, and I couldn't remember how to do it. I couldn't remember how to put it under something. And it's literally just drag the asset and then drop it on the bone you want it to be with, right? Like literally just, if this is on the head, put it under the head, right? I literally forgot the whole drag and drop part, and it was just like, that was just like, I don't know how to do this. It's literally how I am as well, so I have zero fears, Elin. I don't have any fears for my own part. My fears is that I'm annoying people. The fear is that, you know, I asked Micaiah the same question for the 5th time, and Micaiah's just like, you're too dumb for this. You need to start asking somebody else. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. That's what I'm horribly afraid of. I don't ever expect Micaiah to say that to me. I expect at most Micaiah to be like, ah, oh, man, you forgot the thing. You're not really mad, right, Micaiah? No, I'm not mad. That's what I expect, but yeah, that's my same fear. Micaiah is a helpaholic. They can't help themselves from being helpful. It's still, I worry about being burdensome. I worry about being too needy with this sort of thing. Ugh. Oh. I have a thing in my notes. Yeah, I can't help myself really. Micaiah, the one day where I was like, you're not staying up late, are you? And you're like, nope. And then you absolutely stayed up an hour late. And then you're like, yeah, I shouldn't have done this. I'm going to bed. We end the call. I go join like Oku Court or something. And I'm trying to do something on my own, and I'm kind of like not figuring out, and I ask Oku for help, and they're helping me with it. And then you send me a DM 10 minutes later. I'm a helpaholic, and I couldn't help but look. You need to get rid of your, what was it? Bone constraints to like, otherwise when you make gestures, your toes are going to be flexing. Make sure you get that done. And I was just like, go to bed, but thank you. I worry about being burdensome to my friends that are actively offering help. It'd be really funny. It's one of those things, Hobbit, where like, I don't know if the people offering help understand just what they're getting into, right? Somebody says, hey, I'll help you with an avatar. And they're not going to expect, you know, they've shown me something 5 times and I still need to ask a 6th time. To me, that's like, at some point people gotta go, this was too big of an endeavor for me. I am in over my head. I don't want to do this anymore. Unity and Blender, after you're willing to learn, makes most people happy. It'd be really funny if I asked Micaiah for the same issues. Same, that's why I'm pretty quiet most of the time. I have a lot of trouble asking for help. I have a lot of pride, and I feel like, I should be able to do this on my own. Other people have. I'm kind of lame if I ask for help for stuff. And I recognize these are all toxic as fuck thoughts and not what I should be thinking. People are just built different. And there are people who have a skill with this that maybe I don't have as much of a natural talent as they did with this. I'm a slow learner. I should not be comparing myself to other people who are necessarily fast learners. I also think things gotta be even, which again, toxic trait, that is not the case. I grew up thinking like, this person gave me this, I have to give them equivalent value. This person did this favor for me, I owe them a favor. And counting favors between friends is genuinely shitty and awful and not what I should be doing. My only problem is how late you ask usually, though. I wish it was during Xenoblade hours, to be honest. Yeah. If I'm really bad about it, but I should be asking you before we do Xenoblade, because if you say, like, after Xenoblade, I will cut it at 3, and that's late for you. Thank you, Orleans. That's late for you, but, like, it's better than we go 5 hours. Xenoblade should be coming to an end soon. We're definitely coming up to a point that is, like, the big bad final boss. Granted, I know it's not going to be the final boss, but it definitely treats it like it is. If it's not, it's probably going to be a little bit of an extension, like 10 to 20% more after that. And so we should probably finish Xenoblade in the next 2 weeks. We are not starting the next game right after that. We are taking like a 2-month break from these long-ass JRPGs. I will still probably play a game with Cairo on their stream, like, maybe once a week, if they ask me for Monster Hunter, or they, like, do want to play Unrailed or something, or Deep Rock. I'm like, yeah, let's do that tonight. But I'm definitely, like, 3 days of Cairo, while I love Cairo, and I could do that for the rest of my life. I also love my other friends, and I need to see them as well. And so, the 3 nights of Cairo is going to go on break for a good 2 months. LOL, you better know at this point. If I wind up making a piece that just screams Steffi Boy, I'm 5,000% sending it to you, gratis? I don't know what that word is. What the fuck? Look, Cairo, I love you dearly. It means free, bro? Okay. I love you dearly, Cairo. I would say you're my best friend right now. Gratis means for free. I don't think I've ever heard that word before. I'm probably saying it very wrong. I'm one of those people that has, like, seasonal best friends. I think you have it right. Okay. For a while it was Foss. For a while it was Corvu. For a while it was Ciseldon. Who would it have been before Cairo? Oh, he just outright says he's gonna trash me? No. Most of the time it's... What makes me change my best friend? I would say most of the time it's them. Because I'm a very reactionary friend, Cairo. You probably noticed this. You invite me to a lot more stuff than I invite you to. You initiate us hanging out a lot more than I do. On one hand, I look at that as just like, that's who I am. That's just how I is. I'm not going to think of myself less for not being a more proactive friend. I'm very reactionary. I'm very much like, you invite me to stuff, I'm happy to be there. I should invite people to stuff as well because it makes me happy. It probably makes them happy. But it's very not natural to me, and I very much have to, like, push myself to do that. Hi, Ryan. I initiate everything because people don't ask me to do things otherwise. It's very not natural for me, Cairo. It's very much like, it's very much like I don't want to say NPC energy, but it kind of is NPC energy. So long as somebody comes to me, I am very happy for it and willing to, like, reciprocate it. And so it's kind of like, if you're happy with what we got, Cairo, I'm very happy with what we got. If you ever start feeling like you're doing all the heavy lifting and that's not fair to you, and you want more from me or more from a friend, I would very much like, damn, Cairo's very important to me and I don't want to lose this, but I'd be very out of my element. I'd be very much, I'm struggling to invite you and include you to stuff as much as you do with me. It's just not a natural state for me. We say it in French too, I think. He just outright says he's gonna trash me. This season it's the My Hero best friend. Next season it's the Dance best friend. Initiate everything because people don't ask me to do things otherwise. Cry. I'm willing to admit Kara is probably the person I lean on the most socially. When I don't know what to do in a crowded instance or something like that. I feel like some days I do good and some days I do bad. When we're at Blackout and I don't know half the lobby, I feel like I can go to a lot of people that I somewhat know, and like strike up conversation with randos. Sometimes I have a day where I'm just like, nope, where's Cairo? Where's Noodles? And I just like depend on those people. Cairo, I would definitely say Cairo I do the most with, I talk the most to. I would consider them my best friend. And I'm very happy for them to be in that position. Oh, that means a lot, Makai. We love Cairo here. Also, kill him with hammers. Problem with me is that I will move mountains for people while suffering silently and asking for nothing in return. I don't doubt that, and I hope I don't put that on you in any way. Communication is key there, because or else people make bad assumptions. I don't ask to be inserted in other people's schedule. Being thought of for anything already makes me very happy. I just sit in the corner and vibe with music. I recognize that, Noodles, and sometimes I worry about it. I see you like off in the corner on your own in Blackout, and I'm like, oh, is she about to leave? Is she like not having fun? And that's when I come over and I'll start doing the, you know. That is my I don't know what to say, but I can lethal company dance. You're fine, Yuli. I am tired. I just vibe most of the time. I vibe most of the time, but I also want to be talking to people. If I'm in a Blackout lobby and I'm not talking to people between the rounds, after like 2 or 3 of those, I want to be like, why am I here? The game is fun, but like, I'm here for the people and I'm not interacting with the people, so I'm off tonight. Got music blasting and usually can't hear anyone. Hell yeah. I need to tell you guys about my father. So last night, it's like 11 p.m. Cairo and I finished Xenoblade. I go to get a snack and bring some dishes up to the kitchen. And I hear like a popping sound. It's very clearly a bug zapper. And it's just going off. It's just like constantly popping. It's like hundreds of bugs are dying to this thing. And I'm like, uh-oh. That sounds like a lot of bugs. Did he like leave the front door open or something? So I go to the front door where I hear it coming from. And he's not at the front door. He is not in the house at the front door. But it is coming from outside the front door. okay, that's kind of weird. Why is he zapping bugs outside? I go to the not the sliding glass door, the storm door, the glass door. And I'm looking out that. And my dad, he's standing on the steps to the front door. There's a like, a light connected to the front of the house. It's like the front porch light. And he's just there with the bug zapper. And it's Missouri on a lake at night. There's like hundreds of bugs by this light. And he's just zap, 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 zap. Just getting hundreds of them. Just zapping them. And I just stand there watching him for like 10 seconds. And then he comes inside and he's like, whoa, Ewan, I didn't see you there. You scared me. And I'm like, were you just having fun? Just wanted to use the new bug zapper? Or like, what were you doing, dude? And my dad, he just looks at me and he goes, don't you think they feel like entitled by being around our light? Like that's our light. What are they doing hanging around that? And I'm like, you're a psychopath. My dad was like genuinely trying to reduce the numbers of bugs around the light. And I'm like, that's not how it works, dude. You're outside. You are never going to stop that number. This is you trying to stop the tsunami. You're a fucking psychopath, dude. Psycho moment. I recognize I don't share a lot of the same hobbies or topics as most people, so I just default to my own idle state. That sounds like some insane wackadoodle shit my father would say. Just dad things. He thinks they have emotions about light. I don't know. It was literally like, he said that and I was like, my response was, that's a bit of a psychopath moment, Dad. You're kind of the crotchety old man on the lawn yelling at the clouds. In this case, yelling at the bugs. And he was like, no, it's not like that. Oh God, it's a little bit like that, isn't it? I was like, yeah, there's going to be just as many bugs there tomorrow night. And he was like, well, I mean, don't you think if you cut down the numbers a little bit, the rest of them will learn? It's like, no, they're bugs. Good night, Dad. It was very much like, oh God. That's my future. That's what I'm going to be when I'm that age. Just 60 years old, zapping all the bugs on the front porch. Learn. I have no idea. I have no idea how he was getting that. It was... oh, God.
Yuland EP.
I am EP. I saw a fashion show. I didn't watch the whole fashion show. I saw a clip from it. This guy, just a fucking voice in this song that's like, all right, let's get this thing over with. And I was like, what the fuck was that, huh? This guy snuck into a fashion show. He went up onto the catwalk and he had a trash bag on. And he just walked down the runway with a trash bag, and everybody thought he was part of the show. They were like, huh, that's kind of different than all the other models. But, they're walking down the runway. He, gets to the end of the runway, and a security guard realizes, hey, this isn't part of the show, and, tackled him off stage. Kind of funny that this guy just snuck into a fashion show with a trash bag, and everybody's like, I don't know fashion, so yeah, this makes sense. This checks out. Maybe your dad's the entitled one. Bugs were there before the light was. That's kind of what I was telling him. I was like, dude, that's the outside. That's their home. You think they recognize the fucking deed to the house? They don't give a shit about your property. I think that was all of my notes. Oh no, there's one more thing. So there's some VTuber. I forgot to write their name down. But a fan of theirs went and made a bunch of urinal pucks with this VTuber's face on them. So imagine going to a public bathroom. You see a cartoon character on the urinal puck, and there's a QR code that you can scan. So you scan the QR code and it brings you to her Twitch page. And this, I totally think she was in on it. God, finally I get to piss on you. I totally think this VTuber was in on it, but she was acting like, oh my God, I can't believe somebody did this. I'd be so confused. And somebody else was like, I have a question. Who the fuck is scanning the QR codes on urinal pucks? And the VTuber's like, I mean, I would because I'd be curious. Well, marketing is marketing, I guess. That's such a that's such a crazy marketing thing. Like, who the fuck does that? I feel like that's more... You're not going to get much marketing from the urinal pucks thing. You're going to get marketing from the be like, dude, who's putting my face on urinal pucks? And then that goes viral on Twitter or something. I mean, people want to scan my Amaris QR code. Yeah, that's because it's on a cute girl. Who the fuck is scanning a puck in a fucking urinal? That's a like... Hell no. That's the last place I want to like send my phone to any QR code link. Blush. God, finally I get to piss on Yulin. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Ew. Ew. Oh, thank you, Yuli. Manufacturing clicks are on Reels and TikTok. That's what I kind of assume it was. That's what I'm like assuming the strat was. Not that it's necessarily that bad. I mean, like, hey, the game is the game, and good on you for coming up with that plan. And just let Yulin die? What do you mean? Oh, he's a thirsty little flower. I don't like this. I don't like this. I must drive home. Thanks for keeping me company while I pretend to work. Thanks for stream. Goodbye, Leon. Drive safely. Thank you for hanging out. I got you for once, Cairo. Thank you, thank you. I know this one. Ugh, where do we want to go? It is Tuesday. What is Keo doing? Actually, let's see all who is doing what. I see a Resident Evil stream. I see a Sons of the Forest. I see a Forza stream. I see Perfect Heist 2. There's not really anything that I'm like, oh, I really want to go there. It's like, all these are like dear friends that I like watching, but I feel like I've rated all of them recently. How far is... Oh, it's their first time Resident Evil? Okay. Maybe we go there. Maybe we go there. It's Tuesday, isn't it? Y'all, I'll chew your arms off, you daft. Bye-bye, Evelyn. I love the Unova Tuesdays account. I have no idea what that is. We are on for Xenoblade. Sending a link so fast. We are on for Xenoblade with Cairo later tonight. Behavior. Model of pitch. World. Oh, look at this. This is pretty. Can I get the whole window? Yeah. Hopefully plot actually happens tonight. I don't know. We still got a lot of side quests in the Mechonis area. If Yuli gets there. We're going to be playing more Xenoblade tonight. We're about level 65. I think we're exactly 65. I need to do socials. Oh, nope. Logitech's got him. /raid. What did I say? Soul 9. We're going to Soul. Shovel Knight. It's her first time playing Resident Evil. She's being a goofball and standing there with her new model as well. She's terrible with spooky games unless somebody is more scared than her. Then she goes full sadist. But hi, Riddle. Thanks to Streamlin. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you everybody for the raids, Meowmies. We are gonna go. Oh yes, no, Stalking was yesterday. Thanks for stream. Yeah, thanks for stream. See you tomorrow. I had a lot of fun today. And I finally had an easy day that wasn't inclined. I like inclined days. I like breaks from inclined days as well. But yeah, Xenoblade later today. I think that's it. I love you. Bye.
Thing where no one could. So I had this idea. I figured if I could somehow have it protected by a dangerous animal like the vicious canine that lives